Hello, welcome to the Mature Topics Podcast, the top podcast that connects the experts to the lay people, the podcast where you can agree to disagree respectfully. It's a place where we can have adult conversations and we have all different types of topics dealing with relationship issues, dealing with mental health, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so I just wanted to start with that. Also, I just wanted to lay out some ground rules if you want to join the panel. The link is in the description of this video, so please take the time to click down below, and you'll be able to get on the stream. But if you are going to join the stream, please make sure that your camera and your mic clear. Definitely your mic. Make sure that there's no background noise because I did some editing on a couple of clips and I noticed that the background sound was very challenging. Another thing I want to say is salute to the Mature Topics podcast group. Definitely, uh, I love the growth thus far. We have a growing community, and things seem to be growing organically. Let me just turn on my headphones. 1 2 1 2. Hopefully, my sound is better. I had my headphones loud. But yes, so salute to the Mature Topics podcast group. My name is Koron Pierre. If you don't know me, I'm going to be your host with the most tonight. I'm your relationship guy, here to bring you the facts in dating and relationships. Another thing I want to say, and I'll probably do a more repeating of this later on in the show, is definitely take the time to support the show. We have a Cash App, Quran Pierre, $ called Quran Pierre. You can see it on the bottom right corner of the screen. Another thing too, we have PayPal link in the description. Feel free to hit that as well, and I will be adding my Amazon affiliate link as well. This will help the podcast grow. Definitely take the time to support the channel. Typically, we normally would have the intro music playing, but no intro music tonight. Wanted to try something differently to see if we can get it started. So I definitely want to send some links out to people, get some people in the building. You know, um, get some people in the building, et cetera, et cetera. But definitely salute to all the people that are checking this video out right now. You're more than welcome to join the podcast. Um, One of the things I want to do is I want to play a clip from our first uh, trailer for a clip that we did. Let me put this on, see how this look. So what are you trying to say, sir? Get on the panel, man.
But if somebody's willing to wait till marriage, I'm pretty sure it's less likely you'll get BS than you would just casually having sex.
I agree with Maria. That sounds like it's utopia. Sexual compatibility is key.
Wait, and that's why everything messed up now.
These are scenes from the previous episode in the Mature Topics podcast. Subscribe and watch it now on the Quran Pierre YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so you get all your notifications. And like the video so more people can see the video. So yeah, that's a trailer I did for one of the clips when Trav, that was from episode 8 where Trav and I went back and forth on marriage. Definitely check it out if you hadn't already. The link to that is also in the description. So salute to the people that just joined the stream. We be warming up the mic, doing my little intro as I always do. I didn't even bring in the topics just yet, but definitely I just played the trailer if you just tuned in at the tail end of that. So tonight we have two powerful topics. Well, I'm not sure if they're powerful. One of them is powerful. The other one is pretty entertaining. Okay. So the first topic is, what are healthy boundaries in a relationship? What do they look like? How to establish them? Very important pieces. That's the first topic. And I am going to give a nice breakdown on the topics. But before I do that, let me add the lovely Launch Pro to the stream. How's it going, Launch Pro? Your mic is muted. Are you there, Launch? I guess she'll tune in when she gets her mic situated. No problem. Just want to make sure my headphones is not messed up. Can't be my headphones because I just heard the trailer video. So that's the first topic, boundaries. What do they look like? The second topic is, would you sue someone who stood you up on a date? And that might sound kind of crazy, or it might sound like, are you a joke? But this really happened. Oh, so okay, Launch Pro is probably going to jump back on. She's probably having some audio issues. But yes, there was a lady in Michigan who actually sued someone who stood her up on a date. We're going to talk about that as well. I have some questions in regards to that. We're going to unpack that. If you didn't see the video, it's a very interesting video. So I think now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna touch on boundaries. So to anyone watching the show right now, you can always join the panel by clicking the link in the description. I will be talking about boundaries, right? Giving a nice little breakdown of how to establish boundaries, why they're important, et cetera, et cetera. So let me put up my slideshow. Pow. Okay. So let me see. Uh, let's put it like this. Wait, no. Back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah, like this. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start from the first slide. So tonight topic is boundaries. We're going to define what boundaries are. We're going to discuss the reasons why we don't set boundaries, describe what they look like. We're also going to show how you can create boundaries in your relationship or future relationship if you don't have a relationship. We also will review the benefits of boundaries and the risks if we don't set them. All right. And I also want your thoughts on the topic. Like I said, this is an open panel discussion. I'm here to give you some boundaries, and maybe even me and Launch Pro will give you some of the boundaries, rules that we have in our relationship to help bring some value because this topic is important. I feel like part of the reasons why these so-called love marriages based on choice that we have in America, why they fail is because we don't have boundaries, good boundary setting skills, lack of boundaries, and we don't set boundaries. So definitely, let's get it popping. So let's go to slide 2. So what are boundaries? Boundaries can be described. Hold on, let me get it on my thing here. So boundaries can be described as how emotionally close you let people get to you. They're also where you draw the line within the relationship. They say how much you're willing to give or take before requiring things to change or deciding to call it quits. So boundaries just sets the parameters, right? It lets us know what to expect. Example of that would be like if you have an issue with your partner going out 4 to 5 nights out the week as if they were a single person, but you don't establish those boundaries. So a conversation on boundaries would be like, you know what? Maybe not that you can't go out, because of course we don't want a person to completely lose themselves, but maybe you can curb that going out to once, maybe twice throughout the week instead of the 4 to 5 times. You're in a relationship now. That should be something that you can work on, right? Boundaries are one of the measures of relationship health as they can contribute to your relationship with your partner, children, family, friends, etc. So, boundaries are important. And tonight we're talking about romantic relationships, but boundaries can be set for all different types of relationships. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. It's got a couple of more slides. I want to break this down. I know people are going to be jumping in later. I have no problem with going back. Hold on, I got some comments. Hey Don, salute to you. I see you in the chat. Right now, we're talking about boundaries. I'm giving a little breakdown, and then we'll open the panel. If you want to join the panel, you can. Link is in the description. You can also chat, and we will respond to your chat messages as well. We got Launch Pro in the building. Hey, Launch, are you there? Launch Pro, calling out to Launch Pro. Let me see. Launch Pro phones. So, Launch, when you get audio or the opportunity to talk, chime in. Launch, are you there?
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I'm just going through these slides real quick. Oh, we got Unique in the building too early. Let's see. His audio is not connected. He has to connect his audio. But salute to Unique. Salute to the Unique showing up on time this week. I'm breaking down boundaries. Right now, I'm talking about what are boundaries. Remember the questions we had set, that we wanted to ask people? That we wanted to go over. That's what I'm going over right now. I got slides for each one of these points. So I'm just breaking these down. Right now, I'm talking about what is a boundary. I already explained that, and that's basically on this stream right now. Hey,
Okay.
okay. Uh,
Yep.
I hope it's not on my end because I see you was having trouble. Unique also looks to be having trouble as well. I hope it's not, nothing technical on our end, and hopefully he can get on. Okay. Right. So, we just talking about boundaries are the parameters. When we ask what boundaries are, we talking about parameters, right? So now we moving on to the next slide, right? Which is why is it so hard to set boundaries, right? Or why don't people set boundaries? Is why is it so hard to set boundaries? Often this is signifies a deeper value set. If you're the type that always wants to be there for people you care about, it's because you value your relationship. If you're on, if you're the one at work who says yes to every project, if you're, it reflects to your I'm sorry, it reflects how much you value learning. But when we only say yes, we might be missing out on chances to invest our time and energy. So I want to touch on some of the reasons why this could be, right? So we have FOMO, right? Which is the thought of, and that's fear of missing out for those that don't know what FOMO means, right? It's the thought of missing out on any kind of opportunity for growth, fun, recognition, or something that leads to a feel good result, right? So now that in the relationship sense, that could be you think that you have this wonderful person, so you don't set boundaries because you feel as though this person is a great person, high value man or a woman of status. So you don't want to set boundaries because you don't want to miss out on that opportunity, right? Another thing is perfectionism, right? You rather eat the stress so you won't let anyone down. That's another reason why we don't set boundaries. Something that you need to be wary of, right? Another thing I don't have on the screen on the screen right now is social conditioning, which is basically societal norms, right? Is it can be called the third shift, and so like basically, right? It could be a woman. It always is expected to clean the house, right? So like let's say that's a boundary or something, some sort of standard that is put upon a woman that a woman feels that she always has to clean the house. But here's the caveat: she also works just as much as her man works. So when you don't set boundaries and you don't establish what's expected, and you just go with the flow of how things are supposed to be, and you don't voice your concern, that could be an example of what we call social conditioning. I know I don't got that on the screen, but I just wanted to add that as another reason why we don't set boundaries. So, what do boundaries look like? Right. So, boundaries, they aren't restricting or limiting. They provide the freedom to express your needs and values. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what Don says before I continue. Okay, I also think that's what happens in domestic violence relationship. They lose their right to make boundaries. Yes, yes, and it's funny. It's funny that Don said that. Not that that's funny, but I wanted to do a show on domestic violence. But I want to bring on either an advocate or an expert on that topic, so we can really break down that from a more, you know, a real perspective of someone who actually has experience in that area versus just us talking about it. I mean, Don, if you know anyone that um, is either an advocate or some sort of expert in that area, let me know. I definitely will bring them on the show because I think domestic violence is something that's important. Okay, yeah, you got some women for you who will speak on it. Yes, 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 yeah. We got to set that up. Definitely, we'll talk. I'll email you after the show so we can set that up because I think that that would be a powerful show. Domestic violence is something that's taboo, something that It's definitely something that is not really talked about on the front street. So salute the Don. Salute the Don. Thank you for communicating. See, so you don't even have to join the panel. To the others that's watching, feel free to hit the chat up. We definitely reach chats unless it gets crazy. Sometimes we do get a lot of chats. And then it might be better for you to join the panel if you really want to get your voice heard. But we're going to continue. So this is what boundaries look like, right? Right. Like I said, they provide freedom to express your needs and values while honoring the needs and values of your partner. So it's mutually beneficial for you to set boundaries. And I'm gonna get into the benefits of boundaries in a second, right? So what do they look like? So we got in-laws and family, right? Um, basically we understand we love our family, mom, dad, cousins, whoever, but we have to establish boundaries now that we have our own family. We're building a relationship with our spouse. We're building a relationship with our boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, right? So we have rules for this, union in our house, especially if we live together. And one of the boundaries might be, hey, the family has to call to let us know before they come over versus just showing up unannounced. Because you never know what your spouse could be doing. Some people like to be around the house naked. Hey, that's their thing. But definitely, establishing that. We got personal privacy, right? Not going through each other's stuff. Me and Launch, we're good on that. Like we definitely have good respect. We don't really go through each other's stuff. Um, Communication, um, having a zero tolerance policy, right? Let's see, do I got more here? Okay, hold on, that's the next slide. Another thing too, it could be money, not hiding money. Yes, one spouse may have a lot of money, and just because the money's there, that doesn't mean you just go grab it and take it how you spend it, unless that's within the boundaries of your relationship, right? Relationship rules. Yes, me and Launch, we have relationship rules in our relationship. Okay. Oh, you say what's up to Launch? Hey, yeah, she just hopped off the stream, so when she gets back on, she'll be able to respond and tell you hi. But yeah, I'm not sure if people are having trouble getting on the podcast, because I know Launch has had some trouble. So if you are having trouble, definitely write a comment in the YouTube to let me know, and then maybe I can do there's something I can do to help fix it, right? What other boundaries? Oh, physical space, right? That can be, hey, just because this person's your spouse, that doesn't mean that you can just violate their space. Especially when they're going through, so it might be for a woman, it might be going through that time of the month, right? So you want to have these boundaries. These boundaries are healthy. These boundaries will get you through the night and the day, and definitely are pivotal for your relationship. Let's see what Don's talking about. But is setting some boundaries considered lying, like money? I didn't tell my spouse about income. Yes, possibly. I think that some people may not care about that, right? If whether or not a person is hiding income. Some people may. I think that that's something that you definitely, these items I'm saying, the money, in-laws and family, personal privacy, communication, physical space, right? Relationship rules. These are things people need to establish in their relationship. Now, I'm not going to tell you which ones to have, or how to, implement these. Like, I'm not going to tell you that, oh yeah, a person's not supposed to take this money, et cetera, et cetera. But you'd be surprised how many people don't do these basic things. These basic things just go, this over, like water under the bridge. It just passes by. So definitely, right? So that's what boundaries look like, right? For healthy couples. All right. So let me take down Don's comment. So what are some ways we can actually set boundaries, right? So so 4 ways we can set up boundaries. Got Neek in the building. Hey Neek, how's it going? Can you hear me?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Hey man, everything is good. We definitely miss you. It's been a little while since you've been on the screen. Right now I'm doing a basic presentation on boundaries. Why are they important in setting your relationship? I'm not sure how much you've seen, but I'm getting ready to go. I just got a couple of more slides to go, and I'm just going through the power of setting boundaries, how to set them, and why people don't set them, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm almost done. Once I'm done, we could definitely, chime in. I do have some questions I definitely would like you to answer. I'm just trying to find my slide on my end because I know it's on the screen, but I'm looking at something completely different from what you're looking at. So, okay, so the first way that we can set boundaries is one, we can use clear communication, right? And I actually did a YouTube video on clear communication on my channel. You could definitely check it out. Definitely brought a lot of value to um, just how I gave about 8 ways you can improve communication in your relationship. And definitely, I'm sorry, I'm looking for the rest of this slide. It's crazy. Okay, but it's yeah, establish use clear communication. So don't assume that your spouse knows what the boundary is, especially if you didn't have a communication. Now, one of the boundaries, and I know this has been a hot button topic on this channel, is cheating. Is something that maybe can be like just like something that's understood, right? Like we don't really have a conversation of is cheating right or wrong. Cheating is definitely wrong. We understand that that's something that you don't want no one to violate, right? But other things might be a little murky. Like I said earlier, hey, if he's going out 4 nights out the week and 4 or 5 nights out the week, and but you're uncomfortable with it because it's like we have a relationship, you going out 4 to 5 nights by yourself, that's just intolerable. Can we cut it down to 1 or 2 times, right? And that's something that you can be communicated. Definitely clear consequences, right? So when you have established these rules, right? Relationship rules, and me and Lancha, we have a whole bunch of relationship rules, and they come with consequences. Consequences is key because if a rule or boundary is crossed and you don't have consequences, a person will take advantage of the situation because I did what I did. And I know I'm not supposed to do it, but you didn't have any real consequences, right? So let's see. We got Launch Pro back. Hey, Launch.
Hey there.
Okay, I'm almost done. I got 2 more slides.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of put our business out there a little bit. I said that we have relationship rules that we go by, and the key about it. Maybe we could touch on some of our rules. I already got them put up, but
Mm-hmm.
just as to show people an example of relationship rules in action. Um, Taking responsibility. That's the third way we could respect boundaries. Hey, if you know that you crossed the boundary, if you know that you violated a rule, fess up to it. Take responsibility. Don't hide it. Don't try to deceive. Don't try to cheat. Don't try to make it as though you didn't do it. That's going to add more problems. And then the last one is seek professional help. Counseling is key, or you could even hit up your relationship guy, Koron, Pierre, Shameless Puck, and to try to help establish the boundaries in your relationship. Get a third party's help, counseling. I recommend all that. Mental health. This is a channel we support. People getting help, and there's nothing wrong with it. People are getting help every day, and it's having a positive impact in their lives. Right. So, what are some of the benefits of setting? Oh, wow. We got a super special guest launch.
Cool.
I'm not even sure if I should. I'm gonna let this person in. Hey,
Hey, Queen.
how's it going? Checking me out? Can't hear you. You got the TV on. Hey, yeah, I hear you a little better. How's it going? Checking me out? Oh, can't hear you. You got the TV on. You gotta turn off your YouTube. Hey, you gotta X out the YouTube. I hear you a little better. I'm gonna mute your mic until you X out the YouTube because we're getting some feedback. Once you X out the YouTube, you can unmute your mic. That's a very special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, she probably hop back. She's probably gonna hop back on. But salute to all the people that's just joined in the chat. Right now, I'm doing a breakdown. I got one more slide after this, talking about boundaries. What are the boundaries of a healthy relationship? How to establish them? We're having a great conversation tonight. You're in the right place if you want mature topics and adult conversations. So, Launch, you there? Wow, people keep hopping in and out. We're having a great conversation. Hey, mom, you still got the YouTube.
I'm still, you know, I'm not very technical.
Conversation. So just X out the YouTube. Launch, you there? Yeah, Launch back. Hey, Launch.
Hey, I'm here now.
Are you hopping out or is it kicking you out?
I am hopping out. I'm
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I'm currently spreading the links.
Because it seems like everyone who joined is having trouble. So I just wanted to make sure. Let me see.
Oh, so it's not just me.
Hey, I'm here now.
So mom, you X out the YouTube?
Or is it kicking you out? I am hopping out.
You still gotta X out that YouTube. We got some echo. And we also got another guest. We got some guests joining the panel. I'm gonna let you guys in. I'm gonna let you guys in a second. I just want to get through these slides, and I will add you to the stream. Launch, do you know Nkunga? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Do you know a person with that name?
No, but you know, like your link was shared throughout.
It was shared on. Okay, no problem. I'll get to them in a second. So I want to talk about the benefits of setting boundaries, right? So the benefits of setting boundaries.
Oh, that's Kimmy's friend. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I see we also got Victoria Lynn. I'm gonna get to Victoria in a second. She's a loyal supporter on the Mature Topics podcast as well. So establishing boundaries is good for you and the people around you. When you're clear about your boundaries, people will understand your limits and know what you aren't okay with, and they'll adjust their behavior. The people who don't respect your boundaries are the ones that you may not want in your life, right? And I always talk about on this channel, dealing with the right person for you, right? The right person versus the wrong person. You need to qualify, make sure that you're dealing with the right person. That right person will respect your boundaries. If the person can't respect your boundaries, you need to exit stage left. That's a sign that this person is not the right person for you, right?
Yeah.
So, the benefits of setting boundaries can help you have a greater self-esteem, get clear on who you are and what you want, bring focus to yourself and your well-being, and enhance your mental and emotional well-being. As you know, we did a show on health and wellness and the value in having that, getting yourself right first will help you in your relationships, right? So, and these are the results of not setting boundaries, right? So when you don't set boundaries, you have responsibility imbalances, right? Basically, we don't set boundaries on what you will say yes or no to. You can easily take on more responsibility than you're comfortable with, just to please your other person. This is called rejection sensitivity and can add stress as you try to navigate a lifestyle that is too busy for your comfort level, right? So it's important that you have balance to your responsibilities so you won't feel as though, you won't add to your stress levels, right? The second thing is feelings of resentment. When you continue to say yes to the things that you would be better, when you continue to say yes to the things that would be better addressed with a no, you might start feeling angry, right? And that's going to create resentment. And if you do that over and over in your relationship, you're going to have a relationship full of resentment. And then you're going to wonder why you're having trouble. So, okay, that's you launching the private chats. Just want to make sure I ain't missing nothing. Got a lot of action in the chats tonight. Salute to everybody in the building. And this is the final boundary: increased conflict. And you wonder why in some relationships they fight all the time. Part of it could be because they don't have balances, right?
Right.
Boundaries. Sorry. When you feel like you can't when you feel like the give and take in a relationship is out of balance, this creates conflict. Conflict often leads to stress, which can not only hurt your relationship further, but can harm your physical health. So we want to avoid stress as much as possible. And that's the last of the slides. If you did miss any of the presentation, definitely you can go back and check it out. So I'm gonna start to add some of these other people in the building. So hello, we got Nkunga. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
The N is silent, Koron. So it's
Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. Whenever you're ready to talk, you could unmute your mic. And Victoria looks like she's just hanging out. I don't think she wants to join the panel. That's fine. But whenever you're ready to talk, let's see if Mom got some mic. Mom, you can unmute your mic. Let's see if you got your mic right.
Yeah, you know how sometimes I
Okay.
just like to pop in and say hi
Okay.
and see what you're talking about.
So yeah, we're talking about boundaries and healthy relationships. And I, you know what, I since you was the first one to join, I have a question for you. Now, this was a question that we actually used on one of the flyers, and it got a lot of traction. So, would you be okay with your spouse being friends with their ex? If it's platonic, if it's a genuine friendship, I'm pretty sure some people that have you know situations like that. Not to put anyone's personal business out there, but could you do it? Would that be a boundary that you're okay of not having? Because some people have that as a boundary in their relationship, where it's like, no, you can't be friends with the ex.
Is this a friend of an ex? That's what you're talking
This
about?
is your spouse's friend, and this is their ex,
No.
meaning someone that was before. No, but even if it's a platonic situation,
No.
you
X
guys.
is for a reason.
Okay.
X means X. That's it. It's done.
Okay.
What's done is done.
Okay. I respect that. It's definitely a no for me too. But I try to be objective on this podcast to see if maybe we can give examples. Let's see. Victoria, she says she's on her phone. Okay. You still can tune in on your phone too, Victoria. It's not letting you go on the mic. So, Lawrence, did you have trouble getting on the mic too?
No,
Because
I
she's saying
didn't.
that it's not letting her get on the mic.
Yeah, I'm telling her to utilize the desktop version in the browser if she's on her phone, because sometimes that could affect the mic capability.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Salute to everybody from the Mature Topics podcast group on Facebook. I definitely I see them supporting in the chats and joining the panel. That's fly. So like, I already know your answer to this question, Launch. I don't even want to go there with you. The answer is definitely no. But let's see, Mom. Let's see if there's any questions. So being that you're a veteran and you I learned a lot from watching you in your marriage growing up. What does setting boundaries look like to you?
uh, One thing about being married for I don't know, how old are you? 37?
But you ain't put my business out there.
One thing about being married for so many years, a lot of them rules and regulations kind of like die out, and you just have a new set of boundaries every few years until it's like this is what it was 10 years ago, this is what it was 20 years ago, and there's a whole new set of rules. I'm not
Right.
gonna say boundaries, I'm just calling them rules. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
but they could be used interchangeably.
So with that being said, it's like stuff that used to be okay then is totally different now. It's just, it don't apply. It just don't apply.
Mhm.
Things that used to be like I'm consumed with or he's
Yeah.
consumed with,
Yeah.
it doesn't apply anymore, especially not only because of the longevity of the relationship, it's just you being at a particular age. There's just some things you just don't want to be bothered with because you're just old enough to know what you want and what you won't want. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a matter about being mature and maturity and growing up and being an adult. So
Mm-hmm. So you saying that every couple of years you should revisit the boundaries.
exactly. And it's not just 2 or 3 years. We talking about 10, 15 years.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
5. Yeah.
cause you talking about the little yip stuff every 2 years. Oh yeah, what's going on? Yeah, and clapping back and stuff like that and everything. But after a while, that stuff is like that. It gets old
Mm-hmm.
fast. So for me, okay, I'm speaking about my personal experience. There's a lot of stuff I would not go for, and he knows it because this is where we are. He knows it. This
Right.
is where we are. Okay. So at a particular age, there's just some things you know that you cannot get away with. All right. And there's just some things that's not going to happen.
Right.
So, and then it's not about you being, making the relationship work and all of this stuff. It's just you being growing up, being a grown up and just getting older and knowing what you want out of life. So your spouse have to understand that kind of maturity that you're growing into, and you have to understand that maturity that he's growing into. They're both growing. Okay. And so there's just some things that you just leave behind. That's passe. That's some old stuff. We don't have to deal with that no more.
Okay. Copy. So when you establish these boundaries every 5 to 10 years and stuff like that,
I wouldn't even say 5. I say 10.
10. Let's say every
You know
10
why I
years.
say that? I say 10 years because people don't give themselves the opportunity to even understand the person they're with. Okay. So you
Right.
can't really get to know a person in 5 years. I'm sorry. You got to be in there in the ditches and in the crunches of the relationship. Okay. You can't be like, in a relationship 2 or 3 years thinking that, okay, now let's talk about this now. You know what I
Yeah.
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
You have to grow. Both of you have to grow, but you have to grow together, but you also have to grow separately.
Right.
Okay.
What does growing separately look like?
Growing separately, I'm glad you asked that question because it's extremely important. You as an individual, being that we're together for so many years, you have to grow as an individual as well too. Because you have to be able to have that separation from your spouse, even though you're together for so many years, because you have to figure out what you want out of life, what you want to do out of life, and what you want to become. So you have to be together, right? But you have to have that separation so you be able to grow as an individual. See, some relationships they don't get a chance to even uh, uh, be able to grow as an individual because they have all of this stuff happening with them, and they just want to be the man, or she wants to be the woman and call the shots and all of this stuff. But you don't want to be stagnant on what you want to do as an individual. You have to be able to grow separately without your relationship. Okay, because that's
Right.
going to make you a better a partner. It's going to make you a better partner.
Okay.
I love that response.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I have some other questions, but I know that she can't answer these these questions because she's been married for so long. And
So that
part
means
of it
it's
is
old stuff, and I wouldn't know how to
no, it's
answer.
just no, it's like one of the questions I want to ask some of the other people that joined was in their last relationship, which you don't have a last relationship.
I don't even remember
Um
the last relationship.
so yeah,
I don't
it's
even remember.
so yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could talk about. You got any questions, Lunch?
Not off the top, no.
So what about you? What does setting Lunch? What does setting boundaries look like to you? What does it look like to you?
Who, me?
No, to
Setting
launch.
setting boundaries looks like discussing what your expectations are with your partner and you guys having a mutual understanding of those expectations and then following through as best as you can with upholding those expectations in the relationship. So it's like clarifying where the triggers are, clarifying, what is acceptable and what's not acceptable,
Hmm.
and following through because you love and respect, most importantly, your partner.
Okay. So I can't ask you too. It's like a lot of questions I can't ask you because you're in the same boat as my mom, kinda.
Sort of,
Um,
I'm still
sort
an
of.
individual. I'm still an individual.
Right.
okay.
I'm still an individual.
So maybe we can talk about friends.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, what are some boundaries you set in your relationships with your friends?
You got to be more clear what you're asking me.
Well, I'm saying like your best like are there things that you feel that crosses the line in friendships? Some things that may be off limits?
Well, okay, I'll say this. Uh, the older I get, my circle of friends becomes smaller and smaller. And it's not because nobody likes me anymore. What it means is that where I am in my life, these certain individuals add to my life instead of taking away. Okay. So when I say that, I mean people who are genuine. As you get older, you start to realize who really want your best interests, who really is down for you, who really wants the best for you, who really is happy for you. You start to learn them people as you get older. Okay. So what I mean when I say that, I can count 5 good friends out of the many people I had in my life growing up when I was in my 20s. And that's not a bad thing. That means that you have picked and choose who you allow in that first pew with you. And that's very important because everybody's not your friend.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you say boundaries and who you allow in your life and stuff like that, this is you growing up as an individual. You being in a relationship, but you are also an individual and you know who you allow in your life. Okay. And it shrinks. And that's a good thing because guess what? That means that you won't allow certain individuals, you pick and choose and who you allow close to you or
Hmm.
closest to you. That is so very important because if you start off in your 20s, let's say with 50 friends, 50 good friends, best friends, not my best friends, right? In your 20s. And as you get older, in your 40s, in your 50s, right? Just like I am right now, and I got 10, I'm down to maybe 5 now. That's a good thing because I don't allow people who, let me just put it like this. If I'm the smartest person in my circle, I need to find a new circle. Okay.
Speak, preach.
Because that circle is not allowing you to grow and mature and be the best person you could be.
Right.
So you have to be very careful who you allow in your circle. This is what I'm trying to tell my youngest son. He's the life of the party and everything, right? All right. But he's still not there yet as far as like, oh, but this one, I don't know. I don't know. This one, he's not picking, choosing the people that you allow in that first pew with you. You got to be very careful about that. Same thing if you're in a relationship and about boundaries. This is how you set your goals, is who you allow in your life. So
Right.
right now, I am very comfortable with my circle, my very small circle. Okay. And has nothing to do with family. I'm just talking about people in general and their friends that you grew up with and stuff like that who are no longer in your life. And that's because they were just in your life for a season. All right. So you have to have people in your life for a reason as you get older. Not that you want anything from them, but you just need to be like, oh, this is a genuine person I need to have in my life.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, as far as me, in terms of friendships, I'm Launch knows this. I have a circle within circle kind of construct when it comes to friends. With the outermost layer just being, strangers. Then from there you become an associate. As you get
Right.
closer to the center, you have the more intimate relationships. And not everyone gets into the inner circle, so to speak.
Inner circle.
Um,
It's very important. Inner circle.
so that's that. Maybe I might. I don't have that slide queued up, but I have a powerful slide that talks about how to establish those things because that is a boundary. A
Mm-hmm.
boundary is a hierarchy of relationships, so to speak, and definitely something that's important. So I don't just use the term friend loosely. You
Yes,
know,
that is true.
I used to, same thing. I used to have a whole bunch of people I would know and go out and hang out with, and some of those guys I still know, but a lot of stuff when you become adults, you got your own stuff to take care of. So most of the people who I consider friends, we're so busy, we don't have the time to always hang out anyway. They got families, they got careers,
Right.
a lot of obligations, and we see each other at important engagements, and we keep in touch. But the focus is the family and our families,
Absolutely.
making sure we take
You can
care.
have both. You can have both because
Yeah,
there are some friends I have for over 40 years that will just pick up and start talking like as if it was yesterday.
yeah, yep, same thing,
Mm-hmm.
same
And they
thing.
don't have to check in and stuff like that,
Yeah, nah.
you know?
When it hits the fan, it hits the fan. Like one of my top MVPs, who also was a guest on the show, MVP friends is Joel.
Mm.
With Joel Knock, for those who know him as Knock, what he did for one of our other mutual friends, who passed away, what he did for their family reminded me of the value that he actually comes to the table with when you need him. When you need him, he's there.
What
And what
friend
he
that that's
did,
not cutting you off, but what friend you talking about?
Joel,
I know that, but I'm saying what friend passed away?
Kareem, Kareem,
I didn't know he passed away.
you did, you just don't remember.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, so he came through. He was
Rest in
there for his family.
peace.
Rest in peace. Yes. And Ideli's cousin
I tell
Patrick and them
yes.
nephew. Yes, their
Right.
nephew that passed.
Okay, you know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Christian. That's why I'm thinking about him.
No, 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 not Christian. But
Okay.
the point is, I'm saying is that he was there,
Yeah.
for the family in
Mm.
a major way, major way. Uh,
Yes.
and
Okay.
that to me that showed me that that's a person that you could rely on. Because
True.
we talk, not every day, but we touching base like at least twice a week. We always, but like same thing. He has his family. I have, a family. So, we do what we have to do.
Mm.
And then when we connect, So I think that's powerful. I wish Kunga could come off mute and join the conversation before I switch, because it seemed like maybe she wanted to chime in on this part.
What the problem is?
I'm not sure because people have been hopping in and out on here. I don't know.
Are they able to hear?
Yes, they can hear.
Can you hear me?
Oh
Yes.
yes, we can hear you. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Yes, yes.
Hello.
So we're talking about boundaries. I'm not sure how long you've been listening for.
the whole time.
The whole time. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So we could just jump in. So I'm gonna ask you the first question, which it seems to be the question of the night.
Okay.
Would you be okay with your spouse being friends with their ex? Would you be okay with
Um,
that?
So my answer. So I've been married for 5 years now.
Okay.
My answer has changed drastically. I thought that I was okay with that. I thought I was when I first got married because that's how much trust I had. Not that the trust has been shaken, right? I haven't dealt with any infidelity issues. However,
Okay.
it's changed because I realized that I didn't have any boundaries. I having no boundaries looks like being a people pleaser, right?
Right. Yeah.
It can look like that. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I trust you. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. You can be cool with your ex because maybe it didn't work out in that way, but maybe it could be platonic. But then it's like your mom said, nah, you're done with that. It's
Mm.
done. But I didn't learn that until now. So no, I'm not okay with that.
Mm.
That's a good point.
That's a great point. And the key is, and one of the things we always talk about in this show is living in your truth.
Right.
That's always important, that you have to be okay with it for instead of just like trying to make your spouse happy.
Right.
It needs to be a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
So like with me and Lunch, when we did our relationship rules, it was something that we both agreed on
Right.
and we spoke about them, and we have a long list of rules and boundaries that we adhere to.
We call it
And
our commandments.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
it's our relationship rules,
Right.
and it's important to have them.
Mm.
So I'm glad that you realize the value in setting boundaries. Have you, with your husband now, do you guys have boundaries that you follow? Set boundaries?
Um, Set boundaries. No,
Really?
I um, it's kind of like an unspoken thing.
Okay.
Mm,
Which is good and bad.
right.
It's good and bad because unspoken. So it's like, oh yeah, yeah, I know he wouldn't like that, so let me not do that. Or I know she wouldn't like that, but some things I'll be like, well, you didn't know I didn't like this part. You know what I'm like? But I never said it though.
Mhm.
We've never
Right.
sat down and made a marriage commandments, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
which another thing to touch on is a lot of people feel like a lot of my friends feel like they can't give me advice because I'm married. Like, oh girl, you married, you're good. But are you in launch married? Sorry.
No.
We're engaged.
Right. But see, y'all not married, but y'all just gave me an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think they can't though. We don't ever
Right.
stop
Mm.
learning.
All right.
Right.
Can
Yeah.
I jump in for a second?
Please.
5 years, right?
Right.
Okay, 5 years. And how old are you and your husband?
I'm 28 and he's 29.
Okay, very young. And
Hmm.
you guys are still learning each other.
Right.
5 years is a very youthful age for a marriage. And
Hmm.
y'all got to do some work. Y'all got some work to do.
A lot.
Thing is not going to be cut and dry and down on ink and paper and just going to be okay. If we stick to this, we're going to be all right. No, you're going to go through some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
My only advice to you would be okay, 5 years. Don't
Yeah.
forget, don't forget, don't lose yourself. Okay. So
Mm.
while y'all going through these trenches, he's not a dog. He ain't cheating on you or anything like that. And he ain't beating your
Hmm.
ass or anything like that. Okay.
Right.
So always be true to yourself. And then when you are true to yourself, then you be a better wife. You can be a better partner. Okay.
Mm.
Never forget that. Be true to yourself. Always follow your dreams. All right.
Right. Right.
Grow separately, but still be in your relationship.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
5 years, that's just so youthful to me. It's just cute. It's fun.
Right.
You still can crack jokes and stuff like that. And shit,
Right.
you know.
Mm.
But you love him and he loves you, right?
Right.
What took you so long answering that?
It's brutal. No,
I
no,
know.
no, no. It's
I
a
get it.
beautiful.
I
It's
know.
a right. It's a beautiful thing. But I know you can probably say the first 5, 10 years are. My parents were married 39 years, and my
Mm.
mom's like the first 5 years. What
Actually,
crazy,
the first 10 years, but go ahead.
Mm.
right?
It's them first 10. They do that first 10. It's like you get past them 10, then you can get past anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just don't lose yourself. Meaning that love your
Mhm.
husband, love him, but
Mm.
don't forget you, please.
Mm,
Right.
mm,
Thank you.
So
mm.
I wanna salute
Thank you.
Dust Love.
Gems.
Dust
What
Love
up?
in the
What
building.
up, cuz? This is my first cousin, my brother.
It's a family affair tonight. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, salute to Dust Love. And also salute to Trav. Trav says you have to set boundaries for everybody, your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, your friends, your associates, co-workers, supervisors, children, everybody. Salute to Trav. He's right.
Yeah,
So
for
so
sure.
Mhm.
before my mother jumped in, I do want to ask, um, do you guys are you open to setting boundaries with your
Who?
husband possibly?
Me?
I'm talking to
Okay.
Kunga.
um Kunga. Sorry if I butchered your name earlier, by the way. I'm bad with
It's
names.
okay. It's okay.
Like, would
Um.
you be open to that? Because I see there could be now, of course,
Mhm.
everything you're not gonna be able to discuss every little nook and cranny. Those things will come with time, but like some of the major stuff, like the X question that I asked, I think that
Mhm.
would be something to establish uh, amongst many other important details. Would you be open to maybe having that type of conversation and setup?
I would be.
Okay,
I would be open to that. Yeah.
okay, okay.
You know what question comes to mind that I think like viewers
Mhm.
would possibly think about? How do you set boundaries? Like, for example, you get into a relationship with someone and you guys are going through the processes of dating, being in love, all of that good stuff. You might have certain boundaries in the beginning. Like, for example, oh, I'm not going to let this person know about my finances
Mm.
or how much money I have in the bank. Like, oftentimes, like the elder women would say, never let your partner know how much money you have in the bank, for example, right? How does that now evolve as you grow into your relationship? How do you move from not voicing how much money you have in the bank to finally, I guess, destroying that boundary and disclosing more personal information? And I asked this question because Dawn presented something that was kind of important. She said, but is setting some boundaries considered lying? For example, like money, I didn't tell my spouse about income. LOL.
Mm.
So, like, what is the pathway in moving in your relationship from setting a boundary of, I'm not going to share everything, about myself with this person, to then evolving as time goes on, I guess, and relinquishing more detail or information about yourself? Can setting boundaries be considered lying in that sense, or omission?
Mm.
I mean, if
Who's gonna
it's
go
a
first?
if you guys have, this is why having the discussion is key. That's why I asked Kunga about the discussion, because that can vary from couple to couple.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gave an example earlier when I said the guy who has a lot of money, or the spouse, it could be a woman too. Just because I have a lot of money, on the table or in a bank account, maybe in that, he might feel some type of way or she might feel some type of way with you just going in there and spending it without saying anything. I think that having the conversations. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it back right quick on the screen right quick. Do I have it here? I had it up earlier when I was talking about. No, it's not there. It's not there. But I was talking about money, and like money is something that needs to be um talked about. Money, personal privacy, in-laws and family,
Mm.
communication, physical space, right? whatever rules you guys want to have set up. These are things that need to be addressed, as soon as possible and from the jump street, so you guys can have an expectation,
Okay.
right, of
Right.
of how to deal. So when you have that discussion about money, now you know what's expected. You know,
Well,
you know,
you're right,
and things.
Karan. You're right. But here's the thing, right? So being married, right? We have the joint account.
Mhm.
He has his checking. I have my checking. He has a savings that I don't know what's in there, and I have my savings that he don't know. And respect that privacy.
Right.
That's
Right.
it don't have to be a big deal. It really don't.
Right.
Right.
That's the point.
As long
Yep.
as you putting in what you supposed to pay the bills,
Mhm.
what you got in your savings is all good. Because guess what? If we needed that money, I'm almost positive I know that he would be in there. Look, I got this. Let's do this. And we need
Right.
to do this. Don't make it a big deal out of it. Don't.
But that's the boundary though. See, and that's how it looks like for you, but that
Right.
might be different for other people.
Tell
That's
me
what I'm
how is
trying to
that
establish.
different? Tell me how that what I
Well,
just
some
said is
people
it's
might.
not a nice platform to start out with.
No, I'm not saying what you're
You have
saying is
your savings, I have my savings.
right. I'm not saying what
That's
you're
a
saying
nice
isn't a
deal,
good
I
idea.
think. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying what you're saying is not a good idea. But you have some people, for example, they file their taxes separately.
That's
They don't
weird.
file their tax. They keep
Okay,
their finances.
you are
So
absolutely right.
so the key thing is no matter how you want to establish your, money or whatever, you guys need to have the conversation. And
What
a lot of people
conversation?
aren't having these conversations.
About what
And
I got in my savings account?
no.
About
In general.
like
No,
in
not you.
general,
You're
like for
good. You've been doing this
example,
for 37 years.
right,
You're
but then
good.
some people might have a setup where they're married but they file single. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You
They
get more
file
money than
What?
not
filing
even
married, but anyway,
single,
that's
not
another
even single.
story.
Let me correct that. They're married but they file separately because
Probably,
there
yeah.
is a way to do that. Just to not commingle funds. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you do have people that have these expectations out the gate, but they might not be able to adequately, I guess, articulate, what their expectations are in that sense for fear that their partner just does not understand or that they are in a deadlock situation where they feel like the relationship might not move forward because it might not be received well by their partner.
Right. Can
Mm.
you
Okay,
Launch,
I guess so.
can
But
you repeat the question? Can you
okay.
repeat the question again, Launch? So because I want Dust Love and Kimmy to go because we also got Kimmy on the panel as well.
Hey,
So I want to give
Kimmy.
them a
Hey,
Yeah,
fair
for
shot.
sure. So the question arises from what Dawn had said, which is, but is setting some boundaries considered lying?
Hmm.
Like money, I didn't tell my spouse about income. So oftentimes I feel like money talk is like a root of contention in relationships because people are often uncomfortable to talk about money and they naturally set up boundaries, 10 feet tall when the subject arises. So in the question that I'm asking is this for you to answer or consider. How does one move from, let's say, just starting out dating, they're in a relationship with someone for like a year and they're not comfortable discussing, how much money they have in the bank or what inheritances they have. Pretty much like they're just not interested in disclosing that information to their partner. How do they move from that phase to being more progressive in their relationship as time goes by, then destroying that boundary to expose or to be transparent about their finances? How do they move from omitting those details as a boundary to then disclosing that information and it not be perceived as, oh, you lied to me, to their partner, or oh, you're moving covertly to their partner, if that makes sense?
Go ahead, Dust Love.
No, nope. I'm gonna let Monique ride that one out.
Well, she kind of answered it already.
Huh?
She
Because
answered it.
No, so because I'm with her, I'm with her. I'm with her
Me
100%.
too. Me too.
I'm with
Okay.
her
100%.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, because guess what? That's your life separately, even though you're in a relationship.
Right.
Just because you're married, you don't have to divulge everything
Everything.
about yourself. You're still a separate whole person.
Individual, yes.
Right. So you can't, like, and you know what's funny? We didn't get to a point of that maturity until after 10 years of marriage.
Right.
Okay. So that's meaning that we are growing and we are learning how to coexist with each other. All right. So it wasn't like, oh, what you got in your account? Well, what you got in your account? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
a,
yeah, yeah.
So with that being said, what if hypothetically speaking, your spouse goes into your account
right.
and grabs up $200 and doesn't tell you?
Well,
Mhm.
that's theft.
Okay, well,
Is
let me
this
answer that one. Let me answer that real
yeah?
quick.
Talk about it.
Let me answer that real quick.
Lauren
Okay.
said that stuff.
First of all, that's not going to happen. Okay. Unless he going to put that shit right back before the end
No,
Exactly.
of
no,
the
no,
day.
no. You
Okay.
can't cheat, mom. You got to
Listen,
answer the question.
I just did. I told you, you better not let me find out about that. You better have that back by the end of day because that is disrespectful, number one. Okay. And we have set what we are going to do with our finances. That's about talking about what do we want to do? What is our goal? What we want to do. So we have that shared savings. He has a checking, I have a checking, and then he has a savings all to himself. And I have two savings, by the way, but y'all ain't got to let nobody know about that. But
Right.
just tell you this. There's no way he can go into my savings account because, first of all, you can't get in there unless something happens to me and you're the beneficiary. So that would never happen.
Boom.
Hey, Trav, don't use my mom against me, man, because I know you saw the video with our little debate, man. Okay,
Mama said what she said, sir.
listen, we got a lot of married people on the panel, so I'm not here to challenge the married people. I'm just trying to give an objective perspective. Kimmy, you want to give that a go? I know you're not married, but it's okay.
She
You
will
can you can
be.
answer that. Right, she will be one day, and
Right.
it's actually good to have an answer to this now before you get into it, so you can have
That's
an
a
idea
fact.
of
Hmm.
what to do in the future. So you want to
The
tackle that
question
question?
the question is, should you have boundaries in regards to finances and not your spouse doesn't have to know what's in your specific bank account? Is that what the question was?
It sound like it.
It
Pretty much.
sounds yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's fine. I mean, you can have a separate life away from your husband. I don't think it's lying,
Right.
but I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know how I really feel. Now, I've never been married, but I've been in lengthy relationships, and truthfully, even in the first long relationship that I was in, I don't think I ever really knew exactly what was in his account. And I don't think I ever really asked, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have no feelings towards it just now. I mean, now that this is brought up, I'm starting to think about it like, hey,
Yeah.
am I bothered by this? I don't know if I am. I don't think I am. I never was before really because I just feel like I don't I don't know. Like I'm not your banker. I don't need to know exactly what's in it. Now, if we need to buy something, you know what I'm saying? And like the first lengthy relationship that I was in, he was the only person with income. I wasn't working. So,
Hmm.
but I still never asked like what was in your bank account. But you know what I mean? If I know that we need to buy something or I need to get something done, then I would make sure there's enough there. Like, I don't know. Yo, I don't know. I really don't have an answer
Well,
for this,
this
to
is
be
the
honest.
thing is that this
I
is
don't
your
really care about it, I guess.
right.
Hmm.
This is your partner, right? And
Mhm.
you can depend on him if you needed to do something, make a big purchase and stuff or something like that. Well, here, look, this is what I got for that. You understand? I don't need to
Yeah.
know how much you have in that personal savings account, even though
Right.
I know that account number. But that's another story altogether. But I don't need to know how much is in there. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Or,
So
even more importantly, if I needed to, I know where it is and he knows where my stuff is. That's it, you know? Don't make a big
So
stick out of it because
What
finances
I don't think it
could be the roof.
Mm-hmm.
to be
Yes.
upset about
Yes.
not knowing though. Like I feel like
I
if you're
think the only person who might be upset about not knowing is someone who probably just doesn't have it. And they're upset that they don't know how much the other person has in their bank account. Because, like, if you know, I think honestly, people who do not ask questions, you know what I'm saying, about the other person's finances or how much money they have in their account, they're typically not even interested because they're self-sustaining in the first place. So I'm not even trying to eye what you got. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like at least
Yeah,
that's just my conception of it. As long
yeah,
as the bills are paid, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Where
That's right.
we convene,
You
like the
put in your
rent.
half. That's right. You
Yeah,
put in your half. And I'm
yes.
putting in my half together, and then
The
whatever.
yeah.
groceries are, you know what I'm saying? Like parking fees are due.
Right.
Then that's it. Or if your partner asks for financial assistance and you're able to provide that or not. So sometimes that's even a boundary. Like, hey, you know what? Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you establish boundaries, even this in the sense of like your partner asking for financial favors? Like, I'm bringing this to the forefront because I feel like this is something that a lot of couples just don't know how to navigate, and it's
Right.
and it's a hot topic.
So here's the thing. Like everyone in the panel pretty much agrees your money, we don't really care about your money. That's fine. But there are people in the world that may care. And all I'm saying is to have a conversation on money. So if we
Right.
know that what you bring to the table is yours, just have that conversation so that way we don't have any false expectations because we know most people get divorces over money issues. It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
just over infidelity, it's based
Hmm.
on money issues. That's why money is a hot button topic. And I think that's why we probably spent a lot
And
of
it's
time.
lack of communication.
Right. But I want to go back to Kimmy because Kimmy's a perfect candidate for some of these questions. So
Mhm,
the first question I want to ask, it seems to be the question of the night, and I know how the married people answered. I'm curious to see what your answer would be. Would
mhm,
you be okay with your spouse, so your future, boyfriend, right,
mhm, mhm.
being friends with their ex, a
Oh,
platonic friendship?
I don't know. I would have to navigate that. Each situation is different. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah. If the ex is a baby mother, then no, I guess I don't have problems with that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I
Oh,
think
okay.
that every situation is different. I can't say just yes across the board because some people play. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't
Exactly.
have
That's
time
the
for the game.
dangerous
Right.
game. I'm gonna come out and tell you. For me, it's a definitely hard no. But just because I say it's a hard no for me doesn't mean that it's a hard
Yeah, the
no for
reason why I'm
everyone.
saying it is it can't be a well, not can't, but I don't think it may be a hard. I mean, I've never had this issue before, but in the future, if it comes up, I don't know. I don't know because I know some people who are exes and are just literally just straight friends. I would have to see how they're interacting with each other because I'm not super jealous, but I feel like there has to be some type of boundaries there. Like
Yeah.
even if y'all were really, 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 really close before, it's like now that you have a wife or even a girlfriend, it's like I'm not telling you to stop talking to her, but you got to fall back a little bit to show a little bit of respect or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Ex, I don't know. I don't.
My
Okay, no, that's fair.
philosophy,
That's
honestly, in my relationship, because like you make a lot of sense, Kimmy, as far as like co-parenting is concerned, because
Mhm.
I think where that is concerned, I feel like exceptions can be made because
Yes.
it's for the best benefit of the child.
right.
Considering even in those situations, it's more of a healthy dynamic when your partner may be your partner may be friends with the co-parent, but there's mutual respect amongst all parties. I think that that's like a healthy dynamic for the child and just the relationship in general, right?
Mhm.
But I also think as well that as far as like exes are concerned, outside of co-parenting, it's like when you are with a man, you honestly should be the only source of feminine energy in that sense
Mm.
for your man and not his ex. You know what I'm
So you're
saying? Like,
saying
it's
that
okay.
your man can't have any friends that are female either.
No. Like, that's
No, we
not
said
really
X.
my philosophy. But as far as exes are concerned, like,
Mm.
why do you need to be friends with your ex partner? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's a great
Like,
question. Yeah.
the main partner has replaced the ex. So in that regard, the friendship is eclipsed. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, moving forward, it's like, okay, it's not really essential. What is the reason for you keeping this connection going?
Right.
You
So
know what I
Mm.
Kimmy,
mean?
I'm
Mm.
also curious to know, when your last breakup
Mm.
was, can you say that having a lack of im- boundaries on important issues or things that you guys feel strongly about played a role in the breakup?
Boundaries. Well,
Mhm. Well, it could be crossing the boundaries or
well,
not
yeah. I
having the
feel like
boundaries.
most of the time when people break up, it is boundaries were definitely crossed, especially when cheating is involved. I feel like yes, you
But yeah, that's the
yeah,
ultimate boundary.
that's the
That
ultimate boundary,
that
right?
doesn't even have to be.
Um,
You don't even need a discussion for that one. That's
I feel
that's one
like
of the given ones.
yeah, healthy boundaries. 'Cause I see the topic. Healthy boundaries do need to be established. Um, I think I'm more of an open book where I have boundaries, but even with the finance thing, like I don't really care what's in your bank account per se. But like if I ask you a question like, yo, can we buy this? How much you got in your account? You like, why? And you like try to be very defensive with answering me, then it
Mm.
kind of makes me feel funny. Like, damn, why are you acting like you're trying to hide your money? You know, it's not like I'm asking you every day or I'm checking your account, but like literally just randomly asking for a specific reason and you're being so overprotective when we are in this relationship for however many years. I feel like that would be very weird for me. Um, so I think my point was boundaries are a right, but I feel like with me, I'm so open. So sometimes when you close off a lot, it bothers me.
So Trav says, I'm cool with my exes, but I ain't hanging out with them. I
Right.
would get smacked up from Texas back to NC. Yeah. Yeah, basically, he said that. So okay, cool. Um, any final words on this boundary topic? I was trying to hold off because I know Unique was on here. I'm not sure if he wanted to talk about this topic or the next one. But any final words? Um, do you guys learn anything or
Well, I tell you, but I'm just gonna add this to relationship aspect. Um, there was a movie about why did I get married? Remember that? And
Hmm.
the guy was talking about you not gonna ever get 100% of what you want in a relationship, and the 80-20 rule. Y'all remember that?
Hmm.
You may get 80% of what you want, right? And then there's that 20% that you have to be like, oh, I got to deal with this. But you're not going to ever get 100%. So I brought that up just to say, pick and choose your battles.
Hmm.
Like if this individual that you are with or your partner, and he just would never put the solid seat, put the toilet seat down when he's finished, and that irks your nerves. So I use that as an example to pick and choose your uh your fights. All right. So P is very the laid back one, and it's like we're the good cop, bad cop. I'm the bad cop, he's the good cop. He's the one that's rational and all of this stuff. And that's some things I can't stand about him that when he does that. But that's another story. And I'm okay with that because that's one of those battles that I can put in my pocket and say, that's okay. I'll put that in the 20% pile.
Hmm.
that's the toilet seat thing is big for Launch Pro. So I definitely have to put that on the toilet seat. That's a non-negotiable. And but I will say this, being a science advocate and learning about particles and yeah, it makes me want to put the toilet seat
Keep
down.
your toilet seat down. Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want them particles flashing up there. But that's a whole nother topic.
Pick and
Anybody
choose
else?
your battles. Pick and choose your battles.
Pick and choose your battles. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing I don't think I touched on in the presentation. Like, so when you set in the boundaries, like my mom said, it's not. It doesn't have to be a all or nothing. So like what me and Launch Pro did, and I think Launch, we might have to go through some of our rules.
Mm-hmm.
One and Launch, by the way, you see, this is why I say that book idea. We need to do the book idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of value that I think that people just go on and they don't even realize. But one of the things about the setting of the boundaries with me and Launch is it's mutual. So it's not just me coming and saying, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. Don't
Yeah.
do this.
That.
It's not a dictatorship. It's a compromise. It's us coming together. It's us expressing ourselves and letting each other know this is what's important to us. And going back to what my mom said about the 80-20, I would say maybe 90% of the rules we came up with, we agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
Like very few of the rules was like things that were, oh no, I'm out with it. So when you're setting these boundaries and rules, try to come to a common ground. So like one of the things we did was she came out with a list of her rules. I came with a list of my rules. We have these relationship meetings that we do every week, even though we haven't had one in a while, Lunch.
I
But
know.
that's okay. We've been busy. And then we came to the table and we say, yo, these are the rules. We read them and we voted on it. And the ones that it was kind of unanimous. We pretty much was able to get all the rules we wanted, but use that sort of process when setting the boundaries. That's something I should have put in the presentation, but that's okay. Any other final words, Kimmy, Launch, Kunga, on this?
No, I think we beat this topic to a pulp.
Yeah. I
I
wanted to
just want to
get.
say
Go
salute
ahead,
to
Kimmy.
Launch and Koron for having relationship meetings. That's actually pretty dope, yo, because and I think because Launch is so business minded too, it's like it's only fitting that she would run this like for real, like a business.
But
That's
to be
dope.
honest, though, Kimmy, like it's all Karan. To be honest, like Karan was the
Wow.
one who, like, when did we start relationship meetings? In 2017, I think, when I came back from DC. Yeah, he was
Something
like,
like that.
or was it before that in 2016? Anyway, so
Yeah.
like he said, we are going to have relationship meetings every Tuesday.
I'm crying.
And it's for 45 minutes, and we will talk about the issues for the week and how we can improve upon them. And he'll have his little steps, you know what I'm saying? And he'll be able to guide the meetings. And it's just, he is the one who created this.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
that's a,
gotta
that's
give
a,
him credit. And
that's
he
a million
also
dollar.
has Ashley meetings for me too. I gotta shout you out, boo. But he
Yeah.
does Ashley meetings to get my life on track whenever I
Yo,
get derailed
that's
too.
really fire. That's
So,
really
These are
fire.
$1 million book ideas, by the way. So yeah, we got
I
some
tell you,
names and
it's
stuff.
very impressive because thinking about you being the man you are now and just knowing I wiped your butt when you were little. And
Hey, come on.
Yo.
aww.
that is a big old stretch for me to even be in your presence and having this dialogue with you. So I'm very proud of you as well.
Yeah, you know what, Ma? I think this might be the farewell topic for the night because this is too much.
I can't.
We did the second topic. We're gonna, say goodbye to Mom. I love you. Because it's a little too much for us.
Okay,
And this
got
is
it.
a
I
boundary
got it.
that we're gonna set.
I know when to leave. I know when to hold him and know
No,
when to
but Mom,
close
we
him.
appreciate you.
Yes,
Okay,
A lot of
got you.
wisdom.
I like to pop up every now and then and let you know I'm still around.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
love your
Family
presence.
support. It's a family thing. We definitely
Thank you
respect
so
it.
much for your advice.
Yeah,
You're
it's
more
priceless, man.
welcome. You're
We,
Yeah.
more
we
than
definitely love you. You brought a lot of wisdom to the table tonight.
Absolutely.
welcome. Okay, my loves. I talk to you, okay?
All
Okay,
right.
take care, mamas.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
baby. Bye-bye.
All right.
I love this dialogue. It's beautiful.
Mm.
You just turned your camera off, Mom. You gotta hit the leave button.
I was gonna actually just listen in a little bit just to see what I can hear, but that's okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
cool.
could.
No, you
I'm
can.
out. I'm just
She
playing.
can
It's my
listen in.
bedtime.
I don't
She
know
could
why
listen in.
Karan is kicking his mom
She
off.
could listen in on the YouTube. Nah, but it's just that we wanna. It's just she's talking about wiping butts.
Isn't it?
Yo, what?
We can catch you on the next
And
one.
on that note, I'm out. Okay. See you
Yeah,
guys.
but you can watch the YouTube though, Mom.
Your mom
Okay.
said she not leaving. She just turned the
Oh.
mic off.
Wait, we might need her.
I'm leaving. Take care. Good
I
night.
love
Okay.
it.
All right.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
How cute.
I
All right.
know. They
Where's
are
Unique, man?
adorable.
Unique just came in and he jumped out. What's going on, man? Jeez Louise. I know the next topic he wants to talk about because the next topic is based on, he sent me this clip. But yeah, y'all want to move on to the next one?
What's the
Yeah,
next?
sure. Yeah, the next topic,
Yeah,
which is
let's
crazy.
yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight. So we're gonna talk about the woman who sued her date for $10K and yelled at the judge. Hey, wait, here's Unique. Hey, Unique, what's up?
What's up? I was having a little bit of technical difficulties with
I
my
know
mic. And
you wasn't the only one. Lantra's having some issues too.
okay.
Do you want to could I ask you some questions about boundaries before we switch to the next topic, sir? Because you're another single guy on the panel. I want to sort of pick your mind.
Okay.
So I have a question for you, sir. Would you be okay with your spouse or your girlfriend being friends with her ex?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
Because, I mean, naturally, me personally, but, I think most men can agree, we're territorial. And if there is history there, there's always going to be in the back of your mind that things could potentially happen, even though she might not entertain it. What if he is pressing? Then we have an issue.
Right.
But if you
That's
trust
happened
your
to me
girl,
before.
it doesn't matter if he's pressing. If you trust your girl, you should know that she will come and let you know that, like, yo, you know what I mean? She would dead it before it even, gets there.
Yeah, but then how do you stay? Okay, let's say that's the situation, right? You trust your girl. He tries, and then she's like, "Nah, I can't do that." Does that friendship continue even though he pressed you, knowing that you have
No.
another man?
No, the friendship should not continue. That's what I'm saying. You got to trust your woman.
But that's why you should nip it in the bud before it gets there, before it even gets to the point. Because now I'm upset because I told you, yo, this is how men operate. We're gonna hang around until your current mess up, and then I'm gonna slide right in there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So Unique, what does setting boundaries look like to you?
Within a relationship?
Yeah.
Yep. I already gave you my. I think last time, like a few shows ago, I gave you my whole my methods as far as cutting all ties. If we really gonna do this, that means we gotta be all in, which means cutting all ties. And I told you I get him 2 weeks. Listen, just like the job
wow,
notice.
you're putting a time limit on it. If she doesn't get rid of her exes and her friends in 2 weeks.
But that's not just her. That's me too. There's nobody you're gonna meet, especially at our age, where they ain't got people hanging around. That's just not
That's
real.
not true. I don't have nobody hanging around.
That's your choice, though. If you wanted somebody hanging around, I'm pretty sure you could.
Hey, Kimmy's trying the Koron Pierre approach to dating. She's going through her 4 to 6
Don't do it,
months.
Kimmy. Don't do it, Kimmy. Kimmy, don't do it, Kimmy. Kimmy, don't. Listen, I agree with Koron on a lot of things. This is when me and him just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay.
But observable reality.
Oh no! Please don't start the observable.
What's that?
So, are you on that observable reality kick too?
That's not a kick. That's fact. That's why it's observable, because you can observe it. That's why it's real, because it's observable.
You know what? We're gonna add that to the debate topics that we possibly could debate.
Kimmy, don't do it, Kimmy. Kimmy, I'm on your team, Kimmy. Don't do it.
Wait,
cool.
Wait 4 to 6 months?
Yeah, he talking about 4 to Kimmy.
Wait, you talking about wait 4 to 6 months before sex?
We are not doing this conversation again.
No, hold on. Wait. Back up.
Yes, that's what he's talking about. Yes, he's talking about
4 to 6 months before sex?
Yeah.
Right.
Did I agree to that in the past?
No,
but he said you were on that kick. He said you were trying his method, so I thought you finally caved.
To recruit Kimmy on the team.
I'm not against that method at all. I'm just saying a lot. It's situational. It's situational.
Yeah.
Wait. So
right now.
So Koron and Lance, you guys waited 4 to 6 months?
Hell
Probably
no.
three and a
Oh,
half.
What you
Three and
say?
some
3.5. Koron is like,
what was the answer? Come on, that you. I
About
want to
three
be
and a half.
unanimous with you. Say what?
It was 3 and some change. 3 months, 3 and some change. 3 months and some change.
See, he couldn't even get it to 4. He couldn't even get it to 4.
But this was back in. Well, you know what? I always was testing, but this was.
Listen,
I was a
man.
younger. I was a
And,
younger
and you
Quran.
know who I blame, Karan? You know
I'm
who I
gonna be
blame?
honest with you. Like as far as like Karan is concerned, he was. We were younger as well,
Yeah,
so
I was a
he was
younger Quran Pierre. So
25. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even make 26 yet, and I
yeah,
was 21.
yeah.
So
I didn't even pass the golden age.
we
honestly,
were
I
The
just feel
we
golden
like
were in a
age?
different
Yeah, you
mindset,
know the
but
golden
we
age, right?
definitely did not. Yeah, it was about 3.5 to 4 months actually.
I
Yeah,
don't think that's
Um,
bad.
yeah. But hold on, the golden age is like I don't think this is my observable reality. I hate that word, but it actually
Hold on,
fits
wait. Karan, why do you hate that? I
because
really
it's
want to know. I'm genuine. I'm
because it's
genuine.
based off anecdotal evidence.
anecdotal
And
evidence.
people try
It's
to make
not.
that the conclusion of how the world works, and your little eyes and ears is not a great enough tool to make any conclusion.
Conceptualize the
How
vast.
how is it anecdotal when
Well,
anybody can
uh
observe the
Because
same thing
well,
and
well,
draw the same
no, well,
conclusions?
no. Anecdotal evidence is just based on somebody's immediate circle
experience, right?
and
But
its
But that's not what we're
experience.
talking about. That's not
but
what we're
that is
talking.
what
We're
you're
That's
talking
what
about.
observable reality is.
That is
So
what it
No,
is,
observable.
sir.
hold on. Let's qualify this because if something
Oh
is true
Lord.
Yo, Neat
universally,
be taking the conversation elsewhere. I don't even know where we.
It
But we're
always
gonna spend two
happens
minutes
when
on this.
me comes
hold
through.
on.
It's cool. We're going to spend 2 minutes on
I
this. Go
love
ahead.
it.
Because this might be
Wait,
another
I
debate
was
topic.
I
fiending
love
to.
it.
I wanted to know what the next topic was.
Listen, the next topic me and
We're gonna get
Karan was
there.
discussing.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. But I want him to get this out. Go ahead. Yeah, observable reality. Two
I'm
minutes.
saying across the board, if you can go from continent to continent and come up with the same conclusion based on an observation, it's not anecdotal. If you come
No,
cross
sir.
cultural,
But
if you could cross
when does that
cultural,
have? When has that happened though? Like, what is an example of
as
that?
far what do you mean, like when has it happened?
What
It
is an
happens all the time,
example
every
of that?
day. We have
Nick,
observable realities
your
about different cultures,
eyes,
like we discussed. What, like 3 or 4 shows ago? We all
Nick.
came to same conclusions despite Launch Pro's history, Quran's history, my history. We've all
Yeah,
came to the
but
same
Nick,
conclusions about certain cultures. We
Nick,
all agreed upon that last,
But that's
Nick,
based
three
on
Nick.
shows ago?
facts, though. But it was
That's
based
based
on
on facts.
facts.
That's not
It wasn't
observable
based on.
reality.
But that's not observable reality. Observable reality is by saying, like, you know, black women are angry, right?
That's
It's
not.
a prejudice, right?
Yeah.
Based on what you are observing from your own experience or
Yes.
the experiences within your particular network
No.
that do
That is
not.
not. That's an incorrect. That's. I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that.
Sir,
I would
you're
say
the 100th person I heard use that term.
Yeah,
no.
because
I'm not saying. I'm
it's
saying it
spreading
wouldn't
on
apply.
social media, but observable reality is anecdotal. It's not based on a large data pool. It's not.
And
It's
Nick,
based
What
on
I'm
your own.
saying
to wrap it
is
up,
that
Nick, to wrap it up, hold on, to wrap this up, because I want to move on to the next topic. The reason why observable reality is just null and void is because I thought you was a science advocate, sir. Are you trying to you saying you making me feel like you on the other team?
no. But hold on.
In
Okay.
science,
Do you
hold on,
believe in
hold on. Let me just
objective
get
Well,
this.
truths?
I
Do
would
you
like
believe
to
in
hear
objective truths?
you
Hold on, let
need
me get
Does
this out.
anybody believe in objective truths?
objective truths.
No
I
matter
don't know what an
what
objective
race,
truth is.
religion, creed you're from, the sun
What
is
is an
hot.
objective truth? What is that?
That is an objective truth.
The water is wet. Men are XY. Women are XX. Is this not objective truths?
Or scientific fact based on data,
Well,
based on
there we
actual
go.
data.
Right.
Yeah. hmm
Right. That's what we draw our conclusions from. So the point I was going to say is your five senses is null and void in science. In
But we don't
science,
use
we don't
five
care.
senses in science. We don't use
But
that.
that's
We
what
use
observable
data.
reality is about.
Right. It's
Observable
based on your
reality
five
is
No, but I'm
senses.
saying in our culture, we do have observable realities.
oh,
Right? Don't we
okay.
have
Well,
things in our culture? Me, you, and Launch Pro, and then Kimmy, all of us can agree upon. There's things that are wrong that we can observe in everyday life within, let's say, our ecosystem of our community. and we can observe in other cultures the ecosystem of their community and how it functions. These are observable realities.
Unless you're an anthropologist that has a methodology to compare cultures, you sir don't have any. You just have an opinion. You don't have a methodology to
Well, we all
qualify
have
that.
one of those.
Right. So we
What
all
we
have opinions,
so what
but
we do is
observable realities is just a fancy way of
yeah
saying my
we are
opinion
basing
on.
opinions on the well at least this is what I do. I don't have an opinion if it's not rooted in facts or some sort of evidence.
But you hit us with the
Outside
statistics,
of
and we can observe those statistics in
right,
every day, no?
right. So
No, not necessarily.
I always go back to the consensus of experts that have done the specific research. That's where I draw my conclusions from. And then if I give an opinion, it's based on that. It's not based on just what I
Okay, so
observed
how do you
in
formulate a
society.
thesis? Don't you have to observe something first before you
So
back it up by scientific fact?
No, I go with the scientific fact because
But
they
so then
already
how
did
did
the
you have the
groundwork.
question to come up with the scientific
You can
inquiry?
ask the question, right? But
Based on,
you don't draw any conclusions yourself.
but I'm not saying observable reality is a conclusion. I'm saying it's an observable thing.
But
Something that we observe.
a reality is like finished, though. It's kind of final.
Yeah. So
It's
we're
a
gonna move on.
conclusion.
This
A
we're gonna add
reality
this to the
is
debate topic.
in a sense a conclusive
We're gonna add
I'm
this
gonna
to the
stretch this to 5
thing.
hours tonight.
no, we're not. We're not. I'm trying to see what else I want to ask you. You already said what boundaries look like. Okay,
then
so this is the last question I'm asking you on boundaries. Was the lack of boundaries the cause of the breakup in your previous relationship?
The lack of boundaries? No, that wasn't the cause of my previous breakup.
Okay.
So it was like I
Respect.
think I touched on it. It was my fault.
Copy. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. If we touched on it, we touched on it. Let's get to it. So this is unique. This is Unique's topic. And by the way, sir, that video you sent me, I might do a rebuttal for that guy because that guy he's off the chain. He's off the chain. But that's a
Was he?
whole nother topic. So
Yep.
before we get into it, Kemi, Kunga, did you guys see the video of the lady who sued a man for standing her up on a date?
I
Did
heard.
you guys-
I don't know the exact details of it.
Okay,
Do
you
you
know,
have the video, Koron?
do I want to? I'm not trying to get flagged.
Okay.
So
Nah,
what I do-
I don't think you because a couple people will kind of like.
Just give a summary of what happened.
Yeah, I'll give a summary. No problem. So what happened was, you guys want me to put the news article on the screen? I
You
could do
can.
that.
You can.
So let me do that real quick. So yeah, this is crazy, right? This is insane. This case, and I have an interesting question
I'm
based off
laughing at the
previous shows.
thumbnail that you created.
Huh?
I'm laughing again at the thumbnail that you created for it
Oh yeah,
earlier.
the thumbnail is funny. So it says Michigan woman sues date for 10K and yells at judge at the hearing. So right, so it says this might sound like a bizarre movie plot or something from a TV show, but it's 100%. A Flint woman is suing a man. Get this, for $10,000 after he stood her up on a date. On top of that, she hauled off on the judge during the hearing. So the hearing was on a Zoom.
Yeah.
And the reason why she's suing is because she said that day that they were supposed to go on a date was a sentimental day because her mom passed away.
Oh wow.
So by him, standing her up, it kind of made her feel some type of way about that, right? And she was suing for emotional distress, right? And so they both appeared in court, and the Judge Herman Marable Jr. questioned the man if he'd be representing himself. Listen to what the guy said. He said, "To be honest with you, sir, I thought this was going to get thrown out. We went on a date, one date, and now I'm being sued for $10,000. I don't think this is going to go any further, and I think it's a waste of your time," Jordan said. So he didn't even take this seriously, but when you do get served, you have to go to that court. You have to.
What did the judge say? What was the final thing?
So, okay. Oh, wait. Damn, I'm messing up right now. What am I doing? Oh, man.
Now the judge transferred it to judicial court.
Transferred.
Oh, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're going to get that. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Right?
He
Okay.
didn't throw it out.
So so the Zoom went sideways, right? So this lady literally got into an argument with the judge, right? And she says, if he respond, because I guess this was a written response to the court or something like that, right? And she said that he lied. So she says, if he responds and his response is a lie, then it's perjury, and my documents will prove it's a lie, she yelled. Then the judge goes, no, no, no. Do you understand what perjury is? So she thinks because he lied in the documents that that's committing perjury. And I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel know what perjury is. So it's crazy. The video is hilarious. You gotta watch the video. It's hilarious.
Bro,
That's
the
probably
video was
You know
sad,
what?
man.
First
The
of
video
all,
was
even though
sad.
this is very, very outrageously dumb,
right.
I want to say though,
Go
I
ahead.
respect it. You want to know why I respect
Oh
it?
yes, that's what I want.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I
What?
respect
Hold on.
her.
What? Hold
I
on.
respect
What?
this woman suing this man for wasting her time.
What?
Because hold on.
Yes,
Because you know
this is
what?
exactly what we
You
should
know
be doing.
what? All y'all niggas have is what, Kunga? Tell them.
Audacity.
Audacity. All y'all have is audacity. That's it.
That's
So,
it.
the fact that y'all be having audacity,
Karan,
I feel like
I see
this
what you up to,
situation,
Karan. I see what you up
this
to,
Not
brother. No
money.
wonder
situation,
you want me to come
y'all
tonight. I
gotta
see
take,
what you up to. I
somebody
see
had
what
to
you up
take the
to.
fall for the rest of y'all. And he just
Yeah.
happened to be it because
He
I
happened to
am
be it.
tired. I think as
The
a
man was
collective,
broke.
yes,
Hold on. Genuine.
women
Hold on.
as a collective are
Kimmy.
tired of the
Oh
audacity
yeah.
that you men
Kimmy.
only have. And that is the problem.
Kimmy.
That's it.
Lord have mercy,
Unique.
Kimmy.
You have to listen to
Lord have
everybody's.
mercy.
You have to listen to everybody's perspective because look,
You-
the man didn't have no money. Y'all need to start telling the truth.
Was
Oh,
that
that
what
would
it
be
is?
it
Was
too.
But you
that
don't
the
sue
story for real?
somebody
Because
for
all you have is audacity and not
$10,000.
honesty. That's the issue.
$10,000 because you're wasting my damn time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen.
Hold on. So do you
But
let?
hold on. Wait, before y'all continue, I'm gonna fall back. But
No, don't
do
fall
y'all
back.
understand? Let's say she wins. Matter of
I
fact,
hope so.
hold on.
We win. She wins, we win.
Hold on. Can I? I'm just saying. Let's say this sets a precedent. Do you know what that's gonna do to men?
Yes.
But then it's a wrap. Then you just pushed all the men away from y'all.
I feel like they already doing that. What's the
No,
problem?
but hold on. No, seriously. No, we having a conveation here, right? I hear y'all point. Y'all want this to happen.
This revolution is televised. I love it.
Wow.
Man,
Wow.
I ain't even gonna try this.
Unique. What did you walk into, sir? What did you walk
Holy
into?
moly.
Listen. This I mean, I hope they're being funny, but like
No.
what the signal that this sends to the rest of
said
the
no.
dudes, it's
Immediately,
over.
no.
Like if she wins that suit, ain't nobody approaching y'all no more. Son.
It's a good day for women.
No, it's not that ain't nobody gonna approach us.
Dude,
It's
ain't nobody
gonna
approach.
us
Yo, the
with the
guy
dumb
went on a
shit.
date. Who
Ain't
knows? He
nobody
probably
gonna
got a
approach
flat
us with
tire.
the dumb shit. Do you
Something happened to
understand?
him.
That this is so dumb. That y'all niggas do so much
Okay.
dumb shit that now she's doing dumber shit back. Sometimes I gotta stoop to y'all level. No, I'm laughing, but look at this for real. Like there hit some sense to this.
I see what you have to call. This gonna get you some hits. I see what you're trying to
Sometimes
do.
we have to
You're a
stoop to
marketing
y'all
genius,
dumb
Karan.
level.
You're a marketing genius, brother. I respect that.
You're watching
No,
this stream, hit
honestly.
that like button. More people could join.
Yo,
the
I'm about to
stream.
go on. I'm about to log on and hit it twice for you, brother. I got you. I see what you up to. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, y'all niggas be on some dumb shit. So now we on dumber shit, and hopefully y'all stop that because this is ridiculous.
And the thing is, they be on dumb shit, and y'all don't even know how to execute it well. This woman has done the job well.
Hold on, can I
Wait.
ask you this? Can I ask
Nick,
you this?
Nick,
Right?
I got you, Nick.
Did y'all ever
Yeah,
consider maybe something happened to the guy while he
Did
wasn't
you ever
able to make?
consider that maybe we're tired?
No. I'm asking you a question.
No, I know, and I'm asking.
But you're asking me a question with a question. You know that's not
so
respectful.
I'll answer yours.
I will answer whatever question you ask. But I'm saying I'm asking you a question. Do y'all ever consider? Right. I'm not saying that they don't fuckboys out here.
Look. If something happened
we're
to
not
him,
even gonna have a real conversation.
No, I'm
You gotta let him ask the conversation. You gotta let him ask.
Listen, man, they don't want to hear it. They made it clear
I
they don't want to
definitely
hear it.
want to hear
Niggas,
your question. What is your question, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm saying that. Okay, granted.
There's plenty fuckboys out here. But I'm saying, has anybody ever considered like maybe something happened to the guy why he wasn't able to make it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
he
I'm
should have
saying
said
like
that.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
based on the article, can you please add texture? Because I believe that you did say that they already went on a date.
Oh, they've
Yeah.
been on a date before this one?
the date was horrible.
The
The
guy
date
said
was
he was on a
horrible.
Oh, wait. We need more details. Hold on.
Exactly. Karan,
Were
you
they
need to add more
on a date
texture.
before this one?
I was, but hold on. I mean, they was going
Listen,
in.
I think they went on a date. He saw the crazy and he was like, hell no.
Look, he says it here. He says, what he says, to be honest with you, sir, I thought this was going to get thrown out. We went on one date. That's what he says. We went on one date. What he said.
Continue reading.
And now I'm being sued for $10,000. I don't think this is going to go any further, and I think it's a waste of your time. So I feel the lady's energy.
So my whole thing is,
I have some
right?
questions.
Why would she sue for emotional? What was she suing for emotional distress about? Was it that the date? Was it that the date
Yo, she's
went?
not stable. Did you not see the video
hold on.
shows that this woman is unhinged?
The discrepancy is she said he lied, because I'm assuming the lie was he said they actually went on a date. She's saying that he stood her up. So that was the he said, she said debacle. And that's where the whole perjury thing, which I think is comical. You know, listen, I'm gonna say this. And then when she said, "Don't insult my intelligence," when the judge asked her if she knows what perjury,
that's exactly why she stood him up. I would not touch that woman.
Lady, she said perjury. You guys got to at least admit that was a little. I mean,
No. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm like, all fun and jokes aside, this is absolutely ridiculous. And I said that at the beginning of my statement. It is. However, on the flip side of this coin, though, if we want to be a little bit funny, but also a little bit serious, I feel like something needs to be done. Maybe not this guy's situation. Maybe this is a whole different weird situation. And maybe I'm being serious that somebody just got to take the fall. One of y'all niggas just got to take the fall for the rest of them, right? But I feel like the men as women, we go through so much dumb shit, so much stupid shit. Like, y'all niggas really all only have audacity. For real, though. Like, for real, something needs to be done. And I'm sorry that this has to be it, but something really needed to be done.
Hold on, Kimmy, you're seriously failing to recognize that it's your choice. We can't choose you. You choose us. So if it's a situation, where the guys that she dates or the guys that serve women.
I'm sorry. Nick, can you run that back real quick? What did you say?
I'm saying no man can take any female out on a date anywhere without her say so, or else that's kidnapping. No,
but when I'm saying
I can't choose to lay with a woman,
right?
And then she doesn't have the right character. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
One at a time.
Y'all are like super triggered.
One at a time. Let's go. This is Mature Topics Podcast. Hit that link if you want to join the conversation.
Once again, there are fuck boys and quote unquote fuck women or whatever. There's bad eggs on both sides of the fence.
Right.
Women control what if a guy even gets to take you out on a date. Y'all control that. If you didn't qualify him correctly, that's on her. If I choose to lay with a woman, right, and has poor qualities, character, whatever, and I didn't use condoms, and I get her pregnant, I can't complain if she takes me to child support and tries to run my life into I can't complain.
Right.
We don't. We be like, yo, bro, you fucked up, bro. But that was dumb. You stupid. Why would you do that? Everybody smashed that. You think she's gonna be loyal to you? You're an idiot. That's how we talk to each other. She chose to go out on with dude. She made a bad choice. $10,000? That's insanity. And to promote this, like women should start doing this, is to absolve yourself from
that's not what I'm saying.
All responsibility. But you're saying that some dude needs to take a fall.
No, I really do feel like something needs to happen though, because okay, Kimmy, before you continue, what capacity are you talking about? Dating
wasting your time. How is these men
In all
wasting your
capacities,
time?
because you know what? It starts.
In all
Listen,
capacities.
listen,
What
listen.
does that? There's no way to
I'm
regulate
all
that
right.
without structure, Kimmy.
Okay, so we gotta
In
find
all
some structure for
capacities.
this shit because it's fucked up, right? So listen,
Okay.
I think in all capacities, from the dating, from the first date, y'all be having audacity. From y'all be late with each
Well,
other, y'all
hold
be
on,
having
Kimmy.
audacity. Listen,
Wait.
Wait,
What
hold
is
on,
the
but you cutting
audacity
her
on the
off now.
first date?
huh?
I want some insight into what you're very angry about. Like, so what is
No.
the
Oh,
audacity
what?
on the first date? No, because
You,
you're saying things.
Neek,
Okay, listen,
Neek,
my
you know
experience
what?
is not
From
yours.
the first time me and you spoke on this podcast, you have labeled me as this angry person, and I don't like
Oh
it.
my God.
I don't like it.
Yo.
I'm not angry. Okay,
Kimmy, listen to what I'm
listen.
asking you. I'm asking you're upset about how men move. Cool.
Mm-mm-mm.
You said from the first date.
I think she's
What happened on the
passionate.
first date?
I'm crying. Hold on. Before we continue,
What
is
you're very
everybody
angry about.
here from New York City?
Yes.
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 Everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Nick, what's good? Why you acting like you don't know how we speak?
No, listen, I'm saying my experience is different from Kimmy. I can't speak for Kimmy's
Not all
experience with
men are like
men.
this, but there's been two. My experiences
But
with men have
Kimmy,
been
we're
both.
still not
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
what it is. That's what I'm
All
asking
right.
you. What is it?
What is what? What was
But
your question?
You said the audacity from the first date. What is the audacity that men
All right.
have with you
Right.
on the
Right.
first
What
date?
does that look
That's a
like?
good question.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the
Right.
audacity could be, it could be first of all showing up to the first date with and to asking for me to pay or asking to split or asking for sex on the first day. I don't know. It could be anything. Like
Okay, but
honestly,
hold on. I just want to take it step by step because I don't want to get lost. And this is
okay.
real. This is your experience.
Right.
I'm not downplaying
Listen.
it. I'm not trying to pick it apart. I just trying to understand. So before you get to the date, do you like what is the period of like talking to this guy and understanding his character?
I think it varies for some people. Some people
No, we're
you
talking
could
about you. You.
well, it varies for anybody. For example, I could go to Marshall's and meet somebody maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? And get their
Right.
number and they're like, yo, I want to take you on a date. And then the first time that we really maybe have a discussion would be us sitting at a table. You know what I mean? On the date talking.
But
So
maybe
that could
that's not
happen.
the right approach now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Maybe that's not the right approach anymore. That used to be good back in the day, but now it's not. Everybody wants instant gratification, so you got to slow that instant gratification momentum down.
Instant
So maybe
gratification. How?
if he's trying to take you on a date the next day, maybe hey, how about we talk for a little while? Let me see your personality before y'all jump on. Huh?
Go ahead.
And I'm saying maybe you slow that momentum because do every guy wants sex. Majority, let me not say every. Majority of dudes is looking for that. That doesn't make them bad for that. That means does he just want sex or does he also want you? But if he's trying to
No,
take you
I'm
out and
not
start spending
saying
money
his
on you,
approach is. What I'm saying is that a lot of men, because I'm a woman, so I only date men, so I can't say what
right?
women
I got
have,
you. I
right?
got you. I got you.
So a
I'm with
lot
you.
of men have audacity, like they be bullshitting, is what I'm saying. They waste people's time. Again, in this situation with this crazy lady, I don't know the full story for real, and it does absolutely sound crazy. I think we all can agree that this lady is fucking nuts, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, there are examples of a lot of men wasting women's time, whether on first dates or even they sound good first 3 dates, and then y'all talking heavy, and then all of a sudden you realize it was just all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like that experience is like across the board from women. It's a lot of us have the same story.
But what is your metric for qualifying dudes? Like I have a metric system for qualifying women, so I don't waste my time. What is
But
your
Nick,
metric for
What am I?
qualifying
I'm
men?
telling you that sometimes dudes put up a front.
We all
Like,
put up fronts.
and I'm
All
not
of us.
talking about years down the line. I'm talking about, like I said, you first start talking to a person and it seems cool or whatever, and then you realize he don't got nothing but audacity in his system.
I agree with you,
So
Kimmy. I'm saying we all put up a front. My question is, what is your mechanism? What is your strategy for revealing what's behind the front? I have one.
what is yours,
Most
Nick?
dudes I
I
know my age have one.
What is
I don't
yours,
think
Nick?
I know and I do want to know what his is, but I was gonna say I don't think I know specifically what my strategy is. I just feel like I judge books by their covers, and I don't know. Sometimes my judge is pretty good. I don't know. I don't really
But
I
have like
definitely have a
do that. But Timmy,
methodology.
that's a failing
Um,
Me
strategy if
too.
you're gonna
prior
go. Sorry.
prior
Go
to
ahead.
could be
me
feeling.
even like dating Karan,
Uh-huh.
or rather becoming in, like a consistent relationship with him,
Right.
I was a serial dater, right? So with that being said, I knew out the gate like who some of these guys were just based on the credentials. Like I credentialed these people, right? So essentially if they were not making a certain income, and I could kind of detect that, you know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
you asking then yes. I
Out the
agree.
rip, you know what I'm saying? Or if they were not business minded, and me in particular, I could not date somebody who was just like, oh, like, I'm headed to my retail job. You know what I'm saying? At that point, and not to discriminate people with 9 to 5s because they're important. You know what I'm saying? But for
Ah,
me,
you
at
did good
least,
though.
for a man, I could not really deal with somebody that wasn't on the same level that I was on. You know what I'm saying? So like if he didn't have like certain if he didn't check certain boxes, like, he wasn't an intellectual, you know, let me talk to you on the phone to see where your mind is at first. First of all, I am not giving you the most valuable thing out the gate, which is my time, because I can't get my time back. You know what I'm saying? So I need to have a conversation with you at least 3 times before I'm even allowing you to take me out on a date. That way, if there
Absolutely.
is a question of taking me out on a date, you know what my expectations are out the like at the forefront. I'm
Right.
not coming out of pocket to pay for shit. You know what I'm saying? On that menu, that, I have to be picked up, or there has to be some type of transportation organized for me to get to the restaurant and back home. There's just certain things that like I put men through the wire before I'm even able to expose myself or my time to them, thus eliminating the waste man, like you're wasting my time kind of concept, if that makes sense.
Ash,
Hmm?
100K Kimmy. Is he being like sarcastic? Is he
What does that
agreeing?
mean?
I don't understand, Travis. Put another comment. Because I'm always being told I'm taking your comments, misunderstanding your comments. But if you just joined the live stream and you want to join the conversation, click the link in the description or hit that chat box, or you can even hit the Cash App, and we'll read all your messages, and you can be a part of the conversation like Trav. So what I want to do, or what I do want to say is that um, I think that this is an interesting case, and this case has been uh, I think really closely related to a lot of the discussions we've been having. Hold on. He said, well, I just want to get Trav on there. He said just a fire nickname. Okay. Fire
Oh,
nickname.
thank you.
100K Kimmy.
Oh, it's a
100K
fire
Kimmy.
nickname. Got it. Okay, cool. So this case has been down our alley, right? So
Mhm.
we spoke about the fact that in America, we don't have a real moral standard that is universal across the board, the American standard. And I think this case highlights that fact. And maybe, even though this lady is crazy, but since we respect laws and we're all well, hopefully we're all law-abiding citizens on the panel. I'm gonna assume that because you're not in jail, or you will be. But maybe we need to take this to the legal system. Maybe we might have to enact
Koron,
certain
you pouring
laws.
fuel on the fire, brother. Come on,
Hey,
bro.
look,
You just pouring
maybe,
fuel on the fire.
You
maybe
know what I think, Neek?
we
Neek,
need
just
to do this.
Neek. I feel like you're viewing things just from like your lens or the lens of your friends. Because you said something like, I forgot what you said earlier because I didn't want to cut you off, but you were speaking and as if all men did this thing that you were doing, which is a good thing. But you got to understand that
No,
not
that's
all men
that's
do what you do, or not all men do what the men in your circle do. You might have a good circle of men. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there are men who do this stuff. And you're saying, well, you guys are allowing it. Sometimes I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing that women allow a lot of dumb shit. But sometimes it's not even that we're allowing it. It's like y'all just be taking us aback, like, oh my God, like that was just so. Where did that come from? Type of thing, like that
But
happened.
did you hear what Launch Pro said? And I agree with her
I
process.
eliminate the jerks
So-
out the gate.
But
I
that's what I'm
And I do
personally,
agree with vetting.
Kimmy,
No, hold
Kimmy.
on. I do agree of vetting, and this is not just. This has nothing to do with me. So I'm not trying to put my experience in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm saying, as in general, I can speak for a lot of other women because I have friends or I hear things and I see things. This is not just about me and my personal experience, because I feel like, for the most part, I vet men decently. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there are definitely things that I do go by, like the intelligence factor for me. For one, it's a must. Like, it has to be there. But either way, there are some women where when we vet them, they seem all right and they just come out the woodworks with some dumb shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that happens. And for you to just ignore that happens is not a reality.
So wait, hold
I'm
on.
not
But Nick,
ignoring
hold
that
on.
happens.
Nick, hold on. So you don't think that we should have not jail time for certain things,
sorry.
but you don't think that maybe we should have fines for ghosting?
Oh, yo, I can't.
Fines
Yeah, what the
for
Yes, fines for
that-
ghosting.
Oh my
standing
God,
people up.
man.
You
Yeah, I'm
know,
No,
gonna go
I
buy
do
a
not
puppy,
think
man.
that
I'm
there
buying a
should be
puppy.
fines. I do
Nick-
not believe in that. I do believe though that
but
people
buying a
need
don't.
to
But
be
hold on,
held
but
accountable.
baby, hold on, but hold on. We all follow the law.
Yeah, but I don't believe
So
that's too much of a slippery slope. I don't
Yo,
like it.
Karan,
it's not a slippery
are you
slope.
being are you being serious, Karan? Are you being serious?
I'm
Or you
being
just-
listen.
He really is being serious.
I'm being dead serious because we don't have the American standard. We have these loosely stand. Oh, the man's supposed to
So
pay
come
for the
on,
first date.
I'm gonna say this.
The man's supposed to do
I'm gonna
this.
say this,
The
and
woman's supposed to
this
do
goes
that.
out to all women, and this goes out to all women listening to this. There's certain topics, ideals, concepts, I guess, that certain F boys align themselves with. If you have a man that's telling you to stare at the sun for benefits, okay, you know out the gate he's an F boy. Expect the unexpected. Expect to be turned down on the date. Expect to think that, everything is cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you're ghosted, you're blocked. If you have men if you are not someone who is on the side of truth, like science advocacy, if you're someone who really does not know yourself, you are someone who aligns yourself in a vacuum of cult followings, misinformation. And I have to say this, Karan, because quite honestly, I know these type of men exist. Like, I'm gonna just say it straight up. This conscious community, for example, that a lot of these Black women are attaching themselves to, or thinking that, oh, like these men are spitting games. He said that I need to wear some, amethyst on my wrist for the energy, or I need to plant my foot in the soil so I can electrically charge my ions. Just check, right? That
Well,
you
we
are
want the
gonna be
smoke.
stood up on a date. Like this is
ionized human
this is
beings.
the
We want that
problem
smoke.
that I have. It's like,
Tachyons.
I think with increased knowledge, with increased awareness, you're able to detect fuckboys from legitimate partners that you could possibly build a future with.
Right.
In all honesty, you know
But
what I
Lon,
mean?
but Lon,
Every guy that
if
I've
I could
ever
report,
known.
if I could report these F boys to the government for ghosting and standing me up, do you think that they would be less inclined to do those things? It'd be like a government fine that accrues interest if you don't pay it, and if it gets to a certain amount,
But
you
you
get a
know what,
warrant for your
Karan? That's
arrest.
the same
But
thing that I
I
was.
agree with Launch
This is
Pro.
the same thing that I was
Karan,
saying
once you
on
start
a.
doing that, that's a slippery slope, bro.
No,
That's
but
How's
freedom
that a
listen, this is
being.
the
slippery
no.
slope?
Wait. Nick. To be honest, what Koron is saying is the same thing that you're saying, that it's women that allow this, right? So hold on, let me tie it together. Wait a second. Koron is saying if there's a government law put in place that you go to jail or get fined for doing these audacious ass things, right? Then men would be less inclined to do it.
And women too.
Hold
Women
on,
too.
and women. Okay, and women. But my theory, in the past, and I think yours was that if women would just stop giving the attention or the vagina to a lot of these men who do these things, then they would also be inclined to change or stop those behaviors. Right? Isn't that what I feel like you've said
I
that
think
before?
wasn't that Sherry that said if men would stop giving these women the attention and just walk off a date? Sherry, that was Sherry's proposal,
I
which I
wasn't there, but I
disagreed
know
with.
I say that all the time,
think
even
that
in
was
real life,
Sherry.
that if women just stop giving up the vagina to broke men, men with no goals, men with no intelligence, men with all of these things, then I feel like a lot of men would level up and change and stop being fuckboys because they're not getting vagina no more. But they still get vagina, and I feel like that's a part of the problem. So,
But do you not even understand that a lot of men do not have interaction with women? A lot of men do not have sexual interaction on a regular basis with women.
the
The
point was
majority of the
that there
women are
has to be
going
some type of
after a certain.
accountability, like a law,
Say it
a
again.
fine, or
Hold
something.
on. Say it again.
So I'm saying the point was I was trying to agree with Koron saying that there should be some type of law, a fine, or something.
Like
That
you genuinely believe that?
no, I don't think it really should be a whole law. No, but I'm
I
just saying
think it's a
Okay,
law.
hold
there
on, but
should be
let's talk about
something.
what you believe. I want to know
I
what
do think there
Kimmy
should be some
believes.
accountability by some type of consequence. What they call those consequences when you take stuff away from kids? That's what y'all need. That's what y'all need. Like we just need to take stuff away from y'all every time y'all
But
do
Kimmy,
something bad.
okay, but hold on. Let me address that because there's a oxymoron with that statement associated with that statement because it's like you want independence and you want control over your life. You don't want
Who said
anybody
that?
else to have control, huh?
Wait. Let me listen. Go ahead.
I'm saying you want your independence and you want autonomous control over your life. Yes or no?
Okay.
Now I'm saying,
Continue.
is that something that you value, or do you want to give that up?
Yes.
So you want to have control over your life and your decisions and things like that,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So therefore, this is where my views align more with Launch Pro. If you do the necessary work to make yourself as aware as you could possibly be, can't nobody fuck with you. Every dude I know back in the day who was a player, you know, smooth talker, all of that. You know who they avoid? Secure women.
That's a
They
fact.
can't. They cannot get nothing by a woman who's secure with herself. They can't get nothing by her because she knows who she is. She knows what she's looking for, and you can't fake it good enough that she won't pick up on it. You can't fake it good. I've tried one time, but it don't work. It does not work. You have to come 100% or not at all. So that means there might be some holes in the strategy that you're applying. I'm not trying to say that, you're insecure or whatever, but maybe the rules of engagement that you're currently using needs to be updated like everything else in life. Nothing stays in one form. Everything changes. Everything. Women are more independent. What did men do? We changed. We had to adapt. You want to still get cooch? You got to adapt. You got to adapt.
I
Before
really
women
still
were
feel like we're
dependent.
saying the same thing. What I'm saying is, okay,
But
you're talking.
but what I'm saying,
If
okay,
all
you're
women
right.
were to be secure, right?
But you're putting the onus on a fine for men to change when it's more of an internal look that needs to happen. I don't think women should be fined for friend zoning dudes and using dudes for that.
No,
I don't
not
feel
friend
like
zone.
y'all should be.
Whoa. I
Hold on.
said ghosting, not friend zoning.
Ghosting, whether she ghosts him,
It
friend
doesn't
zones
matter. It
him,
doesn't matter,
she
Karan.
got whatever. I don't care.
Whatever
I
the
don't think
spectrum is, Karan, it doesn't matter.
No, because that sounds
I don't
crazy. A
believe
fine for a friend zone, like
It
that's
I
sounds
don't
crazy
believe
to experience a fine for ghosting somebody as well.
it's dumb.
They're
I
both
don't
equal.
believe that women or man should be fined for that because guess what? Then you will never know what part of you needs to be upgraded, adapted, or changed.
Hmm. I honestly agree with
Hello?
Nick on this.
Hello?
You did, Nick.
Can anybody hear me? I think
Yes,
I
We
I
can hear
can.
had
you.
another technical difficulty here. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Nick. I do
Um,
agree with you on that. Honest to God, I think a lot of women are just approaching dating the wrong way.
I
They're
agree.
they're not really, because
Did we
really
lose
the
Kimmy?
onus is on you. Like as a woman, the onus
What?
is on you. I personally have not encountered an F boy who wasted my time.
They
And
can't.
realistically and I'm being completely honest, like my time has not been wasted. Now have I been in a relationship before where it's like, why the hell did I even get in this relationship in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Yes,
But
I
Lunch,
have.
you met me when you was 21. So I mean, so
So
you
my
not in
reference
these,
point
you
is
didn't
still
get to
kind
your
of,
30s trying out your strategy. But
I
look,
definitely,
but
no,
hold
but,
on, hold on,
but
hold on. I
regardless,
gotta
no, no,
respond to
no.
Trav because Trav coming for me in the comments. He said leading a man on free dates should be seen as a fraud. He also said something about me getting the government involved. Let me just say
According
this.
to your
Nah,
I'm not,
logic.
man. Listen,
I'm not,
I
I'm
disagree,
not,
Trav. I disagree, sir.
I'm not,
If she
I'm
got
not,
you, she got you. You
I,
gotta figure out where your holes are.
I'm not, listen, I am not against the government. I don't trust the government 100%. But what I am saying is that no one respects uh, any American. First, of all, there's no American standard. So the only reason why I'm going to the law is because we don't have nothing that we can all agree on. Launch Pro and you, Neek, you both told me that, oh yeah, love marriages don't work, and this, that, and the third. You guys ranked on the whole process. So now you're saying, oh yeah, well, let's just
First of
continue
all,
dating.
Karan, to correct you, I did not say that love marriages do not work. I said that a little bit of both should be implemented, but you were the one that said, oh, you must pick a side.
Right.
What
So
I
all
said
I'm saying is
was
this. All I'm
love should
saying
be
is
factored in, but purpose should also be
right.
a factor as well.
But all I'm saying is this,
Hmm.
that
Just get your
we
facts
should
right.
we should consider this option because people respect the law. Like, we could talk all day about, now I do agree with Lanch and Nico on the standards part because that's the whole reason why we're here. Because we know that there'll never be a law on this. I'm
But
having
Karan,
fun.
the problem was that is you're transferring the responsibility onto the government to
Government, when
dictate how
really it's
people
I
about
move.
know it's not it doesn't
to
look.
dictate how people move
This will
socially,
never
which is a
listen.
Yeah,
problem.
it's insane.
Which is
But
the
After
look,
they're gonna tell you
problem.
how to
Nick,
eat, how to dress. I mean,
this
you might
will
as well
never
just turn over your life.
this will never happen because the government does not care about two-parent households, family structures. The government doesn't care about that, right? So the government will not implement policies that will improve dating
Right, but even a
relationships.
hypothetical perspective is still flawed. Like, I just don't think
Yeah, of
that
course.
that's
So
even realistic. I think that the
of
onus
course,
should be put
that's
on the individual. And also, just to piggyback
right.
on something that you said, but you preempted me
What's
from
that?
continuing the conversation, Mister, was the
Mm-hmm.
fact that
Ooh, okay
um
now. Hold on.
was
Go
the
Woo!
ahead.
Let me
fact
turn my
that
cam off.
yes, while I met you when I was 21, these same things can apply to your 30s. And in fact, it becomes even more salient and targeted and accurate and precise in your 30s. Why? Because you're dealing with an older class of men who,
Right.
by which, are more mature at that age as well. So
Yeah.
you should be able to implement something that a 21-year-old was doing at that point in time
No, Lon,
into
I agree
into
with
your
you
30s
and Unique saying about those
seamlessly.
things. I agree. I agree with that. I agree because right now, all we have is our
Good, bro.
standards. All that's all we can. That's all we have. That's gonna get us through this craziness that's going on out here. So I'm for the strict standards. That's why I was supposed to be writing the book, the dating assessment, right? So I'm
Now,
not
now I'm gonna say
against
this:
that.
like, I am not aware of what the dating world is like right now. You know what I'm saying? I have heard a lot about there being piss in the water in the dating pool. You know what I'm saying? And that there's like this culture of people who, like Kim said, has the audacity. Like, they don't have it's like a free for all, right?
Mhm.
And it's glorified to be a jerk, or chivalry is dead. Maybe these things actually do exist in today's relationship
But it
climate,
does. They
right?
do.
So it can be harder to vet, and maybe you're single for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
Before you find someone. But I still believe that people should have these filters to vet, and it doesn't matter, like, because your time is invaluable at the end of the day. It's priceless, so it doesn't matter how long something should take, how long it takes for you to find that Prince Charming. Let's minimize how many frogs you actually kiss in the process. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Unique. I'm gonna ask you because Kimmy, I asked Lanchi Kimmy this before. How do we set? Listen, I know what you're gonna say. That we
How do
individually
you know?
no, because we individually got to do what we got to do. And that's a fact. Because I'm doing what I have to do. But how do we establish an American standard for
You
dating?
can't.
We cannot.
There's no. There's too many variables. If you're in a one country that follows one religion, one culture, it's easy to set dating standards. As a matter of fact, they do. Muslim
Right.
culture, Indian culture, all of the different
Correct.
societies and
Hold on,
cultures.
you
But
brought up the
America
Muslims.
is a
You brought up the Muslims, right?
yeah. I'm talking.
What is their law based on?
The
What
Bible,
is their
the Quran.
right? So they've mixed their religion with their law. So that's why I'm
Correct.
going back to law. In America, we have laws.
Koron.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to conflate things. Listen.
I'm off it.
I hear what you're saying, sir, and I agree. But America is a different beast compared to other countries around the world. It's a different
It's a different
melting
beast.
pot of
It is
different
too. It is
cultures.
too many. It's too many arrows moving in one direction to have a
Yes.
consistent trend line of anything,
Correct.
And you could
and that's
blame the
done
founding,
intentionally
blame
to
the founding
create
fathers.
instability.
No,
Huh?
not only that. No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's based on the founding fathers when they came up with that liberty and the pursuit of happiness for all people. When they first wrote that, it was only for white men.
Right.
I know, I
Now
understand that, Koron, but I'm saying that today, as a
it's
society,
manifesting.
today, it's too many different
But
moving
unique.
pieces.
So
But that's
what do we
but that's
do?
right.
Because
There's no
that's what
way. There's no way
America.
unless you
But
abolish the Constitution and start again,
Right.
which
let
is
me
not
tell you
happening.
what you do. Let me show you what you do, right?
Let's go, unique. Let's go there.
Let's say Muslims, for example, right? What they do as a whole for society, the laws that govern every individual underneath that umbrella
Yeah.
has to now be individualized in America. So you have to come up with your own code to govern your time, your energy, your resources, because society can't do it for you. It's too many societies all over the place. Now you have to become your individual quote unquote society and figure out how to govern
Yes.
your approach to everything.
Right.
Because there's nothing to look to in America. There's nothing to look to. It's you go over here for a day. As you see people bounce in America, people bounce from religion to religion. People bounce from diet to diet. People bounce in other countries. There's one Mediterranean diet. You know the deal when you go over there. This is what we do. Italy, this is what they do. Greece, this is what they do.
That's it.
Ain't no bouncing nowhere else. And you see it how it's reflected in their community. Some people live sharp as a knife, well into their late 70s, and 80s because of the trend of their society and what is expected and the norms. Here it's whatever. It's the wild, wild west out here.
Right, because of those civil liberties, the Bill of Rights, whatever it's called, where they said the pursuit of liberty of happiness. Now America has to open up. It has to finally live up to the promise it made to the citizens, and really give it to everyone. And
But
what you're seeing is that
that's never gonna
manifestation.
happen, man. That's just not gonna happen, bro. But on the topic of as far as relationships go,
Yeah, let's get back. Yeah, okay.
your laws have to be personalized. It has to be. Society is not going to protect you. Society is not going to provide the filter. You have to provide your own. This is why I disagree with Kimmy so vehemently. If you put the onus on government to regulate, you will never develop in that realm. You'll never develop. There's nothing to push against.
I'm not saying if that's a real alternative. I'm having fun with the whole American standard.
Yeah, I see your marketing strategy, sir. I respect
that's not.
it.
I know that's not realistic. I realistically agree with you and Lange. Because I have a whole book that I was writing called The Dating Assessment that talks about how to set those standards, how to have that, like what you asked Kimmy earlier, how to establish that. And I think that that's needed. And I need to put it out. It's just a lot of, I'm super busy. But Yeah, you gotta have a standard, and going to the courtroom is a waste of time, money, and effort. Like that's just a waste of energy and time to try to go to the court to try to get some emotional distress. Like that was hilarious.
Well, this
I,
topic was definitely polarizing. I honestly, this woman, I'd love to see how this case plays out. I'd like to see what the final results are. I think that she's postal. I read somewhere that she actually tried frivolous lawsuits before, and of course, inevitably lost them. So she has a track record of like being a money grabber
it
um,
seems like that.
in Michigan. So, we'll see. We will see how this story plays out, man.
It is not going to play out. She's not going to go to She's not going to take it to the next court because
Right,
she said that I think that was district court. It has to be taken to circuit court, and she
right,
has to pay all the court fees. So that's the thing. Like in this country, like you can sue anyone for anything. Just like she just sued this guy. It's not against the law to have a bad lawsuit. So anyone could sue you for anything.
right,
The question is, do they have the money to pursue the case?
right,
Because to file these suits, it costs money.
right. That's a fact.
So, I don't think it's going to go nowhere. I mean, where is she going? Is she really going to put her hard money up, thinking she's going to get 10K back?
Let's
Come
see,
on,
man. Let's see.
come on. But I
It
know
was, it
Unique.
was a
He was
joke.
strong. He's strongly against the government getting involved. I was just saying, like, if we want to improve the standard, the only standards we respect is the law.
Is the law? I feel you.
We don't respect
Unfortunately,
no
that's the
other.
case.
That's just what it is. I mean, you got so-called religious people, part of their religious, whatever
Well,
religion they're part
Karan,
of, breaking those rules.
this is more incentive for you to write this book and become a New
Yeah,
York Times bestseller so that you can influence and amplify your voice and influence people to do better.
I think we at least got 2 or 3 bestseller quality books.
Hopefully, we can execute them within the next 5 years.
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely
Oh
will.
man.
So we definitely getting to the end.
Any
Still got
closing thoughts on this?
a couple of people in the back. I think Kimmy, are you there?
Yeah,
She
I'm
was
right
quiet
here.
for a while.
I'm
Yeah, I think we
listening. Y'all
winding
know I like
down.
to listen intently.
Oh yeah, no sweat, no sweat.
Mhm.
Any final words or any thoughts, about the circumstance regarding this woman suing for 10K
No,
or
she
any of
really
these?
she's a Looney Tune, and that's the truth of the matter. This lady is insane. Um, However, I do agree that I don't agree that the government should fine anybody for anything, something like dating. That is very silly. But I do
Mm-hmm.
feel like we should do better at vetting. And also, there has to be something to have some men be accountable for the BS that they put out there. I know
Right.
that, you know, you guys are saying we should all be so, secure or such a good, great, healthy person that we are not, we're avoiding all of these things. But and I
Shit
don't
happens,
disagree with that.
bro.
I don't disagree with that. However, sometimes
You
people
do.
they still do stupid shit.
Uh,
I feel like there has to be some type of consequence, not where the law needs to intervene, but there
Right.
has to be something. And I think that the resolve is, I guess what you guys are saying is that we as women, because and I'm talking for women because I date men. Men can say
uh-huh,
this too, and vice versa. But
uh-huh.
I feel like we as women have to stop giving it up, whether that's vagina or anything, attention, time to anything that is just stupid and not
That's a
worth it.
fact.
Because if we stop addressing it, if we stop paying attention to the clown, the circus cannot run.
Exactly. The power really is in our hands. For
Yeah,
real. Like we shape and shift these men out here.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying vagina, just whatever, but it's more than just that. I mean, just in general, like just stop giving them the attention.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback off that, especially when we know that there's more men on the prowl. Men are more, they're more actively seeking romantic relationships than women are. So women technically have the advantage in the dating world
The leverage, yeah.
because there's a lot more men to choose from. So I think that if you also add that to the fray, and we got Neek back for the closeout, I think that also, can kind of add to what Kimmy was saying about withholding and waiting. So yeah, Nick, we closing out. That he just stepped out. I know he's driving, so
Yeah.
And then
Lunch,
and
go ahead, Kimmy. Go ahead.
oh, sorry, I'm
I
so
thought
sorry.
you was done. Go ahead.
No, I was done, but I just thought about something else because I also wanted to be clear for where I stand on the 4 to 6 month waiting, because I feel like it's a very noble thing. However, what I've found in life, not just with me, but just with anybody that I come in my circle, like what I've noticed with women, especially, women are gonna sleep with who they want to sleep in, and I don't mean that in a whole sense. I mean that as in, if we meet somebody and we click with a person and they fit all those intelligence factors, finance factors, overall great man factor, we may be more apt to sleep with them quicker than someone else. We could have somebody wait 4 to 6 months, and then we could have somebody that we click with wait only a month or 2 weeks. So I'm not hard on that rule, really. I'm just saying that you have to use your brain and your intuition is what I'm
Hold on,
saying.
what was the rule? I missed it.
No,
I'm
she's
talking
talking
about the
about
4 to 6 thing.
my 4 to 6 months. My 4 to 6 month thing. She's not hard on it. She's not against it.
I'm not
but-
against it at all. I think that it should be in place.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm
she's
just saying
saying that
I'm
it could be
understanding.
flexible too.
Yeah.
If she meets that guy that the right guy that she thinks deserves that.
I don't know, man. Like,
Go ahead, Nick. Final words.
but we at the final word portion already, man. We got like
Yes,
another three
Nick.
hours
I
to
know.
go, man. We got another 3 hours, man. Nobody hit up Sarah. Nobody hit Sarah.
Jerry, I did. I sent her multiple DMs.
That's my partner in crime right there, man. What?
She must be
Yeah.
busy because I
She must
saw
be
her
busy.
share this. I saw her share this on Instagram, so I thought she
Yeah,
would.
she's having a busy day. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
get all into it, but she's having a busy day.
Now we respect it because she's been here, a lot of weeks, so it's okay.
Is that like a subtle jab right there, Karan? Is that what are you trying to say, brother? I feel like that was meant for
Nah,
me.
nah.
What are
Same
you
thing
trying
with you. Whenever you could pop in, pop out. Nah, we appreciate it. Even though the shows you missed have been like some of the best shows.
I think that was better for you because it's probably been 11 hours. Because I'll rewatch some of them on YouTube. I was like, I was getting triggered and I wasn't even on the show.
I know. That's why you need to, make sure you can come in, at least at the end and say what you got to say. So, yeah, we had the wind down point, sir. I know you, had some strong points, and I agree with a lot of things you said.
I want to ask Kimmy a question, right? Because I've heard this.
Go ahead.
And she just said something that was along the lines. That's what kind of triggered the memory. But I've had a woman tell me, right, that when she dates men, the guys that she wants to take seriously for relationships, she won't sleep with. But she'll have a backup guy in the meantime until she makes a decision on the guy that she's vetting for relationships.
I feel like that's her own experience. That is not women across.
No, I'm just asking for you. Like, what do y'all think about that?
I agree with it, to be honest.
I think that for some people it also could be the reverse. So that's what I'm saying. That's everyone is unique. I'm not for or against it. I'm just saying that that's everyone's own unique experience. Some women
No,
will
no,
say,
everybody's unique experience, but I want y'all thoughts on it. Like, everybody's gonna have their own unique.
I think I think I don't like the idea of having, because for me personally, I can't juggle more than one person. I just can't. But
no, but let's say you could. Let's say you didn't have kids. You were just a single woman doing your thing.
No, even
right?
as a single person, I cannot keep up with more than one person.
Listen, you got 2 kids. Like, if you can keep it with 2 kids, this ain't nothing. Okay, because I see what some of my friends go through.
My thing is, I like that she's feeling like, okay, this person I want to take more seriously. You know what I'm saying? So I want to I want to take it slower with them. Like, I could understand her logic in that. However, it's still kind of contradictory because it's like, if you want to take them serious, you got to let that person go. Let that person go that's over there. You know what I mean?
I told her if it was me, I couldn't take her seriously.
Yeah, because especially if he finds out, but I know a lot of people who did that and it worked out and now they're married to the person like for decades. So, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I really don't have no words for it, for real. I mean, I understand the logic. I personally cannot keep up with 2 men, yo. I can't.
I want to chime in on your question. I want to answer your question.
Okay,
I think it's a dangerous idea. I
Mm.
think friends with
I do too.
benefits in 2022, you're asking for a STD and now monkeypox, which is
Oh
has
my
become
I
an
God, yo, Quran with the
STD.
biological, bro. We talking
So
theoretical, Quran.
no, I'm talking real talk because we did a
But that's
show.
always there, Quran. That's never going. The
No, but
threat of
yes, it does matter because we did a show on sexual health with the lovely Dawn Trotter, who is an
Mhm.
HIV advocate. She's someone who has HIV, and she was able to, take her medication, get her viral load down to the point where she can't transmit. She's been married twice. She's dating, and she's fine. What we discussed on that show, I feel was so powerful. And
Mhm.
this is why it goes back to safe sex for me. I am a safe sex advocate.
exactly.
So if you're having sex with someone and not testing, that is a problem.
And then now
well,
you get an
Quran.
STD and
What
you
I'm
bring it to the
saying is
man that you
that
want to be serious with. See,
Quran.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is
I
that
can't.
that's a given. Any conversation I'm having when it's around the safe sex is automatic. There's no forward
Unique.
movement if we can't get
I
tested.
could pull up 3 studies that shows that people are not wearing condoms, brother. They're not wearing
No, I'm
condoms.
not saying it. I'm not
He's saying
saying.
in
I'm not
his
counting the
Whoa.
examples,
studies.
he's saying in his examples, safe sex is a given.
Yeah,
So so
exactly. I'm saying if I'm
so
talking about something sexually, I'm talking about guaranteed we moving with safe sex. I
I
know
know I
about
feel it. And this
the
is not just for
plethora of
you,
dudes.
Unique. This is not just for you, brother. You sound trigger, man. The hit dog holler.
No, I thought you were
You
answering
sound
the
like
question. That's why I thought you were
no,
taking
I
that
am.
out of the context.
I was
All
talking
right, go
about your
ahead, go.
circumstance. I was talking about the scenario. So
Right, right.
so so I'm speaking, in general, not just about you. I know you seem like a brother that has his head on straight. So this is not for you. I'm just saying, like, speaking to the audience, because we do have people watching us, right?
Of course,
You
of
want
course.
to have safe sex, especially if you're dealing with promiscuity, you have more than one partner. At least if you can't wait 4 to 6 months, the one thing you have to do, well, the two things you should be doing is condoms and testing. Please do those two things. Um, but this is why I go back to my 4 to 6 month. You know what? I'm gonna save that for my closeout. But go ahead. I just want to say
No,
that.
but you didn't answer the question. I want to know your perspective on the actual. We okay, yeah, I agree with you. Safe sex, yes, but the act of choosing to not sleep with one guy while you're vetting him and
Oh yeah,
having
yeah, no, I disagree with
that.
that because one is dangerous, right? It's a dangerous game. Two, um, my philosophy on dating is this: date a lot of people, but dating a lot of people does not mean smashing a lot of people.
Right.
It means establishing friendships, getting to know people. I think the first date or the first connection should be a Zoom call or a Starbucks. Like, we don't have to go to Philippe's and all this special stuff on the first encounter. Then the first real
Nah,
date
man,
can
Kimmy ain't trying
be,
to waste time at Starbucks, man. She ain't trying to waste time nowhere.
well, see,
Wait,
listen, if a woman
what?
was to tell, and this is not Kimmy, because Kimmy didn't say that, but if a woman was to tell me, no, she don't want to meet me at Starbucks, then I know that's not the right woman for me. It's on to the next. See that when you're talking to a lot of people, that's how quick your qualification process can be. You're just moving down the line to see who actually clicks and hits that spot, who's going to respect those boundaries, right? That's what it's about. So I'm saying just try to, I'm not saying that, be desperate and put a sign up. I'm looking to date, but what I am saying is if that guy does approach you and you find him to be attractive, maybe give him your Google Voice number, send him a text message,
Oh, I'm a big
talk to him.
advocate for giving fake numbers at
Yeah,
first.
give out the Google Voice number,
Yeah, yeah,
No,
G.
seriously. I'm serious,
You
I
better give
give
him
out fake
fake
numbers
numbers
because what
is
if it
crazy.
doesn't work, or what if he turns out to be a stalker? Like I said, what if I meet somebody at Marshall's who's like, "Hey, you're cute." I'm definitely
Right.
giving him a text-free number.
Give him a text-free number.
Damn.
And then say, hey, I would like to have a Zoom chat. And if they seem funny with that, on to the next. It's no wasting no time. It doesn't have to go to a lawsuit. So to the girl who's doing that, my suggestion to her would be make sure she's testing. Definitely test the guy she's trying to deal with. But just, keep your options open because you think that one guy is going to be your husband. He turns out to be the jerk. and now you close yourself off to a whole wave of guys, or not a whole wave, but another potential guy that could have been the guy for you. So hopefully that answers your question, sir, and you can continue your close.
No, you covered it. You covered it.
Okay. Anything else,
Curious
sir,
about
you would like
that.
to say on this? Because we
Oh,
about
there's
to wrap
tons I'd
up.
like to say, but you know that's going to stretch another 2 hours. So I'm
Nah, we
pretty
can't.
sure. I know
This
you
guy's
and
a
Launch
2
sick
hours.
of me. Y'all both sick of me. I already know.
No, man. Come, Nick, listen. I can't put you ahead of Sherry and Kimmy, but you right there with them. You like, you're
Yo,
like
are you
one
sure you
seat.
don't want to go into politics, bro? You finesse your way out of all tight corners, so you need to go into
No.
politics, man.
I'm just the relationship guy here to have these mature
Westchester
topics.
division.
Yeah, Westchester. I'm still
Hold
from
on.
Brooklyn.
Are you gonna do that topic we talked about in the DMs?
Wait, no, we got to talk more about that offline. We talk more about that offline because I want the smoke, but it has to be a certain type of smoke.
Why you gotta pick and choose, man? Take it on. I believe in you.
Why?
I believe in this platform.
Because when we talk about personal truths, you have to be careful. I told you certain topics I don't touch. Religion, certain political topics, I'm good. You know, sexuality, I'm good. That's your personal choice. Now, if there's some information,
no, but remember what I specified.
I know what you specified. We're gonna talk more about it. We're gonna talk more about that offline to see if we can actually,
make it work. You want to see if we can polish it and package it perfect?
You can polish it, but hold on. What about that debate? I feel like you're running from this monogamy is natural debate.
You're not gonna win that. You're not gonna win that. I already looked at the evidence. You don't got a shot.
Please bring out your evidence. I want
all the
evidence.
You don't got a shot, bro.
So let's pick a date.
You ain't got a shot, bro. Yo, Launch Pro, save your mans. Save your boy.
Get your slides together.
Save hubby.
Get your slides together. You tell me the date. You want a month? I give you a month to get.
Bro, there's like there's documentaries by like leading scientists, anthropologists.
Hey, there's documentaries.
It goes on and on and on. I mean,
there's documentaries on
genetics. Genetics.
Sir, there's documentaries on misinformation.
Okay, so but then why if that's the case, if monogamy is natural, why is there cheaters? As Kimmy so eloquently described. Why do people cheat? If monogamy is natural, if that's our natural default,
yes.
Why do people cheat?
No, I didn't say it is natural default. I say that it's how you're using the word natural that's going to kill you.
But you said monogamy is natural. Isn't that what you said? Or maybe I got it wrong.
Monogamy is natural. And that's still going to be the debate.
If it's natural, why do people trend to cheat?
Because cheating is natural.
But these are two things that cannot exist in the same space, no?
Yes, it can.
Explain.
No, I'm not. I want to set the debate up.
He's trying to save it for the next show.
We're going to set that debate up. But listen, are you done, sir? Because I want to wrap up and we're gonna call it a night.
I know. It's time to go. It's 11.
It's time to go. Kimmy jumped off. She probably got to tend to the kids and stuff like that.
Kimmy, Kimmy's done with me. You know what I'm saying? That last comment.
She's not done with you, man. She's just look. You know what it is? You make her see it from a different perspective. You broaden her horizons.
That's a good try, sir. I appreciate you.
No, it's true. It's true. Because she started sounding like you when she gave her last words. I think you wasn't on here for that.
Nah, I had issues with the connection. I gotta figure out my Wi-Fi situation. My little mobile hotspot.
It's all good, brother. So if you ain't got nothing else to say, brother, I'm gonna close out.
Yes, sir.
I do appreciate you. Look, we're gonna talk in the DMs about multiple topics. We're gonna set a date.
I got some other heat for you that you might be able to put on. I don't know. We got to discuss that.
This topic tonight was a fire topic that you picked out. So I got faith that you can pick out some fire topics. All right. So I'm gonna close out.
Honestly, one day we got to get each other's numbers so at least we could collab on group chat or like via conference call or something. Because listen, me and Sherry, we talking about some stuff that we always say, Koron should do this.
All right. I DM you. I DM you my number. No
all right, sounds good.
I think Sherry probably already got launch number, but either way,
however it goes.
I'm gonna DM you my number directly. And yeah, we going to talk. We're gonna talk. I know you're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy, but we're gonna make the time to talk because it's about definitely. So my last final words is this: if you get into a date and the person stands you up, save your money and don't sue. So waste of time. Listen, I say try to make the first date a Zoom session or a Starbucks. Why does the first date got to be so extravagant? And don't even call it the first date. If the first date is supposed to be magical, then we need to have a pre-date, like encounter, so we can know what to expect on the first date and work like that. I think that with Zoom and all this stuff, that you don't even have to meet in person the first time. Let's just have a real conversation face to face, and see if this is even worth it. And if we meet at Starbucks and if I see you're not worth it, I didn't lose anything. I didn't have sex with you. I didn't really spend no real money. I didn't really waste my time. It was just a basic Starbucks. It was a basic Zoom. So I think that people need to do that. As far as setting the boundaries, definitely go back. If you're watching the video now, you missed out on the boundaries part. That was a great discussion. My mom chimed in. It was crazy. So this is a really great episode. I want to thank Unique. I want to thank Kimmy. I want to thank all the other people that joined the podcast. My mom at the Mature Topics podcast group, for sharing this. And salute to everyone. And that's all. I think Launch she's out of commission right now.
I'm definitely not. I'm right here.
Where you are? I swear, Launch, you starting to scare me. I thought you went in the other room, and now you're on the mic. That's kind of scary. But okay. What's your final words?
This was a great dialogue, man. Like, can't wait to do it next week.
All right, yeah.
Short
So
and
until
sweet.
next time, stay blessed, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Nick.